The Bountiful Redhawks are 3 points short of a perfect region record and are peaking at the right time. They're coming off an upset of previously unbeaten Box Elder, a thrilling overtime victory.
And that's the ball game.
Physical and being one of the top defenses in the state. And we talk about that all the time, and that's what we've been proving.
Now they face another region foe peaking at the right time.
They're top-tier team.
The Roy Royals boast wins over 6A rivals Fremont and Weber. And since the loss to Box Elder, they've won in region by an average of 25 points.
Realized we had to do a couple things different, and everyone kind of looked at themselves in the mirror and realized that we need to be better.
Only one will remain in first place in Region 5 after tonight.
It's set up for a really nice matchup. Two top teams in the region to face off against each other.
We're ready to get after it. We're ready to get after it for sure.
Roy versus Bountiful. Our Game Night Live Game of the Week. Let's go. Welcome to beautiful, Bountiful, Utah. A perfect fall evening for some high school football. A perfect backdrop for our Game Night Live Game of the Week between the Bountiful Redhawks and the Roy Royals. A huge game in Region 5. I'm Jeremiah Jensen, joined as always by Stevenson Sylvester. What a matchup we have here. You know, it gets to this point in the season, Sly, when it's region games. You're trying to win a region title. And look, that doesn't matter in the RPI playoffs anymore, but there's so much pride in winning one. This is a big game for both of these teams. Both of these teams have big playmakers, Sly. Let's start with Bountiful's playmaker, Falatau Satuala, a kid that Utah would love to have on their roster next year.
Oh, would they? You got Morgan Scally on the sidelines right now just looking at this guy warm up, right? But Falatau Satuala, we've been covering him for the last 3 years. He is a special talent. He's a guy that you just put anywhere on the football field and he'll make it happen. On the receiving end, he can throw the ball. He makes all the plays on defense. He's just a guy, you throw the ball in his area or the ball just comes to him on defense and he makes it all happen. So he was out with injury for a couple games this year, and you know the guys were talking about like it made us come together, made us all have to step up in our side of the game. But he's a very big playmaker. You're going to see a lot of plays made from him tonight.
All right, let's talk about the big playmaker for Roy. It's Daquan Snyder, the running back. He's electric.
Yes. 900 yards on the season.
Wow.
He's averaging 10 yards per carry. This guy gets it done, and you can see when you put on the tape that he looks like a man amongst boys. He carries the ball a lot like beast mode. He gets in there and makes defenders, they start jumping at him because they don't want that contact, but they want to act like they're trying. That's the kind of punishment this guy puts on. But he's got a lot of speed, a lot of power up the middle, and he gets the job done. As I said, 10 yards per carry going into week 10. That's a big deal. When you get 3 yards per carry, that's success. This guy is all the way at 10 yards per carry. So he's very special, and I'm looking forward to seeing him and Falatau's matchup today.
Let's bring in the third member of our broadcast team. Michelle Beadle is in tonight, stepping in for Mary Lou's Cook. Michelle, you've got more on this matchup and why a game against Box Elder impacted both of these teams.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for the warm welcome. It's great to be back after almost a year, actually more than a year from being here. Guys, can you believe this game was set up by a third team? Both Roy and Bountiful had pivotal games against Box Elder that got us here tonight. Now, Roy lost to Box Elder in Week 5, but have been on a tear in Region 5, beating region opponents by 25 points per team. Now, on the other hand, Bountiful had pulled off an upset last weekend, beating the undefeated Box Elder team and creating a three-way tie for first place in Region 5. Earlier in the week, we sat down and talked to both teams about the impact of that game for this game.
No game is ever over, even no matter how much we're up, how much they're up. I think we're learning more and more each week how good we can be.
It was good getting knocked back and being more humble, and I feel like that just made us more connected as a team.
Realize
All right, Michelle, thank you. Michelle Bodkin, KSLSports.com, Utah Utes insider, will be here on the sidelines tonight with us. We are about ready to get underway here between Bountiful and Roy. The hometown Redhawks will receive. Roy will kick off. Handling the kicking duties for Roy is number 12, Colby Froker, a junior, who you'll see at other positions tonight. You're looking at the starting quarterback for the Bountiful Braves, Emerson Geilman, a 185-pound, 6'3" junior.
Redhawks are underway here. Friday Night Lights.
We will get to see him here momentarily along with that Bountiful offense. They will start this first drive at the 20-yard line. Sly, I mentioned how good this Roy team has been the last few weeks. 25 points per game they have beat the margin of victory in their last 3 games. It's been pretty impressive.
Yeah, you know what? There's been crazy stories around the Box Elder team, like crazy, right? Like, so Roy steps up after they take a Box Elder loss. Bountiful goes into overtime, wins last week against Box Elder.
Crazy.
You know, you just understand the special team that they have up there. But these guys are really putting it together. When you're able to beat teams, especially in your region, by 25 points or more, you know that you're playing confidently. That's exactly what you want to do.
Shows you how good these teams are in this region. Geilman dropped the snap, picks it up, does the best he can. But he's going to take a yard or 2 loss. I mentioned Geilman. Keep an eye on number 1, Brig Morrison, on both sides of the ball tonight. He's their go-to running back for Bountiful, and he's also their top defender. Brig Morrison, 406 yards rushing this year, 4 touchdowns. 5.8 yards per carry average. That is pretty good.
Emerson Geilman, he fumbled the snap on that first one, so had to get what he can out of that, lost the yards, and now it's 2nd and 11.
Roy brings a little pressure. Brig with the carry. Morrison's on the loose near the marker. I think he's got a first down.
Yes, he does. They picked that up easy, too. The blocking on that offensive line was solid. It was a man on a man. They didn't allow Roy to get off blocks. That's exactly what you want to see. Allowed the running back to get straight through that hole right there and easily pick up that first down.
Let's give a shout out to the offensive line. London Wood, Paxton Gibson, Brian Bushman, Brian Sochi, and Will Nixon are your starting offensive line for the Bountiful Redhawks tonight. First down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Geilman has 2 backs with him. Damon Manuel back there as well. Geilman's going deep, takes a shot, and the catch is made. Jacob Brooks. What a game Jacob Brooks had against Box Elder. Got the stop on 4th down in overtime and then scored the game-winning touchdown. And now here he is. First passing play of this game. The big gain down inside the 40-yard line of Roy. So Bountiful's offense, after that slow start there with a couple of short gains, is cooking now.
Great throw by Emerson, by the way, though. That was got nice air on it, led the receiver, so he didn't have to slow down.
Ball to the ground. Turnover. Roy gets the fumble. The exchange never took place. The ball was on the ground, and the Royals have the ball.
That was Halloweenish. That was so freaky. It almost felt like the ref had blown the whistle and everybody stopped. Like it was just like the play didn't happen. That's how the motion was going, and that was just a very, very weird play, especially that to happen after a big play on the previous play. Well, that goes in Roy's favor, but everything was going in Bountiful's favor before that. So let's see what Roy can do and capitalize on the turnover.
Jackson Schofield recovers the fumble. All right, Joseph Carriaga, the third, is the starting quarterback, but you're going to see 2. More on that in a second. Carriaga with the carry. So Roy uses a 2-quarterback system. Joseph Carriaga, the third, will start. He's a senior quarterback. But you're also going to see Drew Gardner, who's a junior. Gardner has the arm. So Carriaga carries the ball a lot. Drew Gardner likes to throw it a lot, and they mix it up, and it works.
5-yard carry, 2nd down and 5 from the 48-yard line.
This season, Carriaga, 47 carries, 310 yards. 271 yards, 6 touchdowns. So Carriaga 6 touchdowns. Drew Gardner has 10 touchdowns through the air. Now we got our first, there you go. That's why we talked about him before the game started. Daquan Snyder, you see the playmaking ability on that run.
So elusive. They had him in his grasp, and he just bounces out of that and creates more yardage right there, picking up a good solid 8 on that. Look at this. That should be a tackle. Falatau had an opportunity there. And that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to bring your feet, fully wrap up, and drive him all the way to the ground if you want to stop him.
1st and 10, Roy. Snyder again. Big, decent gain. 7 or 8 yards on 1st down.
Tackled by number 0, senior Jacob Brooks.
You mentioned Snyder.
24, junior Josh Lillenquist.
88 carries, 703 yards, 10 touchdowns. That's an 8-yard per carry average.
That's great.
2nd down and 3 for the Royals.
Carriaga hands it off. Right up the middle. That's going to move the chains. That's the first carry we've seen from Robert Young, a junior running back.
As you can see, they're going up-tempo here. This throws the defense off. It is very hard for a defense to keep their composure with an up-tempo offense. They get to the line of scrimmage, whether they're hiking it or not, they're keeping the defense on their toes because they don't understand when the ball is going to come. So this is very good strategy by this offense.
Carriaga calling for the snap, takes it, he's going to throw. The catch is made. Another 1st down. And that's Robert Young. So you see Robert Young run in between the tackles. You see him catch a pass out in the flat and get another 10 yards to move the chains.
Not the biggest guy, but I tell you what, he's one of the most elusive. Nobody can even see this guy. He's so fast. Great job at just getting your athletes to football right there and watching them work.
The Royals are in the red zone at the 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Hand off to Snyder. Powers his way forward for about 6, maybe 7 yards. That Roy offensive line off to a great start here early.
Number 74, Caleb Norris. Number 10, Evan DeHart. Pick up 7, 2nd down and 3.
2nd and 3, Snyder. Bounces outside. Regroups into the end zone for the touchdown. Daquan Snyder, what a run!
Royals.
Was that not supposed to be a TFL right there?
It was. He was dead to rights, and he bounced out and found a way.
You cannot tackle this guy. A lot of guys. This is what's been happening for most of the weeks of the season. Daquan Smith is doing a terrific job of never stopping his feet, never saying die on a run. And that's exactly what happens there. Multiple times in this drive, he should have been dead to rights, stuck in the backyard, tackle for a loss. But he makes it happen by bouncing it outside, taking him all the way to the end zone.
The extra point is good, so the Royals capitalize on the Bountiful turnover. An impressive drive led by Snyder. Here's another look. Yeah. Daquan Snyder.
Should have had him in the backfield right there. He makes guys not even want to tackle him. Look at this. They got him. Make the play. Yeah, that's not how you want to start this game on defense or the Bountiful in home. You got a turnover after you were driving for a little bit, and then you just allow them to really just run the ball straight down your throat. That's not what you want to do because they can run the ball all game.
Yeah.
You want to take the run away from them. And the way they just drove down the field right there, that is not how you want to start this football game if you're the Bountiful Redhawks.
So Bountiful facing a little bit of adversity here in the first quarter. Let's see how they bounce back. They were rolling on offense before that bad exchange. Back to receive is Jacob Brooks and Brock McSwain.
Back to receive the kick for the Redhawks, Jacob Brooks. And Brock McSwain.
Returnable kick. Here comes McSwain. He's got a block. Breaks a tackle. He's got room to run down the sideline and take him down at the 34-yard line. Excellent return by McSwain. And a great job by that kickoff return unit of the Redhawks.
Very, very good return right there. Get you, because one, not only do you get good yardage, but when you make plays like that, making guys miss, get upfield, showing extra energy, that gives you more energy on your other team. Your teammates see that, and so they're going to want to put in more energy. So that's a good way to start this out. But look, they got Falatau Satuala in the slot up top right there. Just look for a go route right from that slot position. Yep.
Taking another shot. Geilman's got him open. Overthrew.
He was wide.
Satuwala was close.
I couldn't tell you where the ball was going right there. He was wide open. Emerson didn't even have to loft the ball right there. Just pitch and catch, just like you're in backyard. He made the defender fall. He was wide open. Honestly, if he put the ball right on the money and just put it straight to him, he would have made the free safety miss. That would have been a touchdown.
Timing slightly off, so they'll move on to second down. 2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line. Trips to his left for Geilman. Going to hand it off. Damon Manuel, the ball carrier. Almost broke a tackle to get to the next level, but could not. The defense comes up with a play there.
It's a big 3rd down coming up. As far as momentum goes, this is a big 3rd down for this football game right now.
Max Johnson, the defender, cleaning up there. Number 22. We'll hear a lot from Max tonight. 3rd and 8 from the 36. Geilman. Brush comes. They blitz. He beats the blitz. And it's intercepted. Another turnover at the 40-yard line. And the Royals will take over again.
He just rushed it. There was no reason for it. I mean, one, he did a great job escaping the rush. But after he escaped the rush, set your feet. You got time. You had your protection. You had Falatau right over the middle in a dig route that came open. You had a backside post. There was a guy over the top of your receiver right here. That shouldn't even have been an option for you on that. But he just got out of the rush and just chucked it. That was just him rushing that football right there, and that shouldn't happen. Now Roy is literally taking over exactly where they took over on the last drive.
And we'll see a new quarterback. Drew Gardner now gets this series for the Royals.
So Carriaga was running the ball, which you saw a lot on that first drive. Maybe we'll see a lot of throwing on this drive.
They've had a lot of kill shots with Gardner in the game.
Number 5, Robert Young.
A lot of deep balls that they've completed for touchdowns this year. It's an interesting offense. They'll lull you to sleep with that run, and then they'll hit you deep. They mix it up. It's very interesting, the personnel they have. They do a great job of making the most use of their personnel. The head coach, Chris Solomona, has done a great job taking over for Freddie Hernandez.
Fernandez.
Yeah, Fernandez was there for a long time. And just the program has continued to grow now under Solomona.
Get the ball to your athletes.
Number 5, Young. Wrestled out of bounds by number 2, Brock McSwain.
It's another RPO right there to Robert Young.
5-yard completion.
Just get the ball in there. That's I consider that a chunk run, right? You know, you throw the ball right at the line of scrimmage, but you get 5 to 6 quick yards on a simple play like that. Just get the ball to your athletes and watch them work. It's a great job by this Roy offense.
So 3rd down and 4. The ball's kept. It's a 1st down and more.
Wow.
Gardner showing off his wheels.
Wow.
All the way to the end zone. 54 yards. Drew Gardner for the touchdown. So both quarterbacks can run.
Oh, he's running. What Deion say at the combine? Oh, he running. You saw him escape that middle mess. As soon as he got to the open field, I could tell there was no defensive angle that was going to catch him. Drew Gardner with the wheels on the touchdown. Great job letting loose right there. 14-0. 13-0.
You know the cliche, Sly. If you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. That does not apply to Roy.
No. But it's all about utilization, right? And game plan utilization. I think most teams that have the 2 quarterback system don't anticipate how to utilize the 2 quarterback system well. This is great. Look, that's just great vision. Another missed tackle.
Never touched until the end.
Our senior officers for all their hard work this week.
Never touched there either.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our officers will host the homecoming
Look at this.
dance.
Great blocking. Great blocking. Great blocking. Everybody great blocking.
Student by Officer President Sawyer Crane. Senior Tech Mary
14-0 to start this game. This is and they didn't even start with the football.
2 turnovers, 2 touchdowns for the Royals.
Well, that's an important stat, points off turnovers.
Yes. We see it at all levels, right?
Oh, yeah.
Win the turnover battle, win the game.
Yes.
Still very early in this game. 5:27 left here, first quarter. Bountiful can eliminate the turnovers. They could erase this lead.
Well,
with the playmakers they have fairly quickly.
Yes, exactly. You said it right on the head. You know, Jacob Brooks, Falatau Satuala, Emerson Geilman, he could throw some dimes given the opportunity. Just as fast as they got behind, they can put points on the board. But one, they got to, get past that mental block, get some motivation on that offensive side of the ball. Don't feel fear, because Roy right now is playing with some extreme confidence.
Yeah,
when they run the football like that, you are playing with extreme confidence right now. Defensively, they're playing well, but you just got to have a playmaker on the Bountiful side of the ball that says, I'm going to put a stop to this right now, and I'm going to make a play. So me, I'd put Falatau at a slant at the X position and run a slant and watch him work.
Got to get the ball to your playmakers here. 1st and 10 from the 20.
Oh, nobody's deep. The safety rotated too late.
Geilman's going to run on a quarterback keep. It's 3 or 4 yards up to the 24-yard line. They'll give him 4.
Yeah. Even if that safety rotated back as late as he did, you had the angle. I would have checked out of that one all go. See where that safety popped out at and went to the opposite side? Winning.
Second and 6 from the 24. Whistle.
Plays blown dead.
False start.
That's no good.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. That's 5 yards. Repeat. Second down.
11 from the 19.
Backs him up, make it 2nd and 11.
Geilman trips to his left. He's going to look the other way. Catch is made. Powers his way past the marker. Great effort. Tremendous play by number 16, Britton Tidwell.
You know what's funny about that? That's exactly what I wanted them to do, but with Falatau. I was like, put him at the X and run the slant to him. But they ended up doing it to Tidwell, and it worked out exactly well. It was great.
Tidwell did just fine.
Yes, he did. Yes,
that was a great play. Bountiful's got some momentum here. They needed something positive, and they got it. They moved the chains. 1st and 10 from the 34.
That's holding.
Geilman's take a deep shot.
Go get it.
Oh, it's through the hands.
Geilman's pass.
Through the hands of Brandon Wilkinson.
That's what they needed. They needed that.
It was there.
It was there. I was like, go get it. Safety doesn't know where the ball's at. The safety wasn't tracking that ball very well.
That's a great throw. What an arm. Geilman, a junior.
Yeah, that would have been a touchdown. That was in stride. That was great. Catch that and go.
Threw the ball 50 yards in the air.
That was beautiful. Catch that and go.
Well, 2nd down and 10. They'll move on. Screen pass.
Nice.
Catch is made.
Oh, go. Keep
Tackles
going.
made quickly. Uh-oh, what we got here? We got some little extra. Oh, boy.
Bountiful's got to be smart.
Yeah, I don't know if our camera caught that, but the player got upset, and we've got a flag. It's going to be a personal foul. We'll hear that call here in a second.
That was definitely on Bountiful. He was pushing after the whistle. You hear the whistle, you got to stop. Simple as that.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Offense, number 76. It will be 3rd down.
Yeah. Instead of 3rd and 5, it's now 3rd and 16.
Bountiful hurting themselves right now. When they haven't had penalties and turnovers, they've looked great.
Yeah.
After the penalty.
Oh, they got a drop pass right there, wide open.
Yeah, just mistakes that they're making here.
Yeah, they're killing themselves.
It's a big game. A little bit of jitters. Geilman escapes the pocket, keeping his head downfield, throws. And another interception.
Pass is picked off.
Jake Veers. He's still running past the 45-yard line. We do have a penalty on the turf.
I get it, and then I don't at the same time. He has time right here. His O-line does a great job. And there's nobody where he's throwing the ball. He's rushing that right there.
Just caught a block in the back there, so it's going to come back a ways, but it's going to be Roy football.
Yeah. Here, stay in the pocket. They're protecting
Block
you.
in the back. On the return team, number 0. Spot foul. That will be 10 yards. First down.
Moves the ball back to the 26-yard line.
Yeah. Very unfortunate, but again, that may have just been a punt.
Essentially, that's what it's going to...
Not on the stat sheet, though. It's not going to look
No,
good
definitely not. That's
for Emerson on the stat sheet.
That's 3 turnovers on 3 offensive possessions. And the Royals have the ball again. Carriaga back in the game at quarterback. Snyder with a carry. He gets to the 30-yard line.
Takes up to the 30-yard line, 4-yard.
I got to say, Sly, it takes some special young men to not have division in the locker room when it comes to a quarterback situation like this. It seems to me they're making the most of it, and it's working, just taking turns.
Yeah, there's
possession by possession.
As I said, it's got to be something that everybody's planning on and they know and expecting, right? It's like, look, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than the individual. And once you find success with it, everybody's going to buy in.
Yeah.
And as you said, they've been beating guys by 25, 26 points per game. So they found success. This works. Let's continue on and buy into this game plan. When they're not winning, that's when you're going to get that banter in the locker room. But they're having extreme success. As you can see, 14-0, 3 turnovers in this football game. They're making it happen, and they're making it look great. Both quarterbacks look great for Roy.
Coming up on 2 minutes to play first quarter. Carriaga will hand it off to Snyder. Might be the shortest run he's had tonight. Bountiful defense wraps him up.
That's what I would do. I would just have Falatau come down and play rover safety and just blitz Jacob Brooks off the edge every single time. Put the pressure on the quarterback, stop that running game. I'd pinch my D-line so I'd clog up the middle. I'd blitz Brooks off the side and have him clean it up every single time. That's what I would do. And if Brooks missed, you have Falatau clean it up. That would be my defensive game plan right now. Because they're not looking to throw the ball.
Play clock down to 5 to get it off. And around.
Number 5, Robert Young.
That was Young again, Robert Young. And now we got a third down situation for Roy and Bountiful.
Great job. I like that running play. It's not necessarily a toss to the boundary. What they call that is a dead toss. So once you get the toss, you don't keep going wide. You head straight downhill, which is fine on the short side of the field. I hate when people keep going towards the sideline. That was a dead toss, and they came right off tackle there. Got some good yardage.
Carriaga to pass on third down. Boom. Completes it, but he's stopped immediately. Ooh, what a stop by number 24, Joshua Lillenquist.
Great job right here. Well, making it,
Keely Elenecki made the catch.
Oh, illegal man downfield. Oof. That's a loss of down, ain't it? No, it's not. Well, now it's
Back
going to be
him up
3rd
5
and 10.
yards.
Great coverage by Bountiful on that right there. Tackle the catch. You know, you guys are going to get open. You're going to do this. But where teams kill you is the yards after the catch. If you can tackle the catch, you'll find success most of the time. So great job by Bountiful right there. At one, putting the pressure on him, making him stop, and then
Third down and 9.
not allowing them to have yards after the catch right there. But penalty essentially is going to take them back here and make it 3rd and long. Just play cover 2 and watch the screens. This is screen territory right here.
Roy's in trouble. We're down to under 10 seconds to go on the play clock. They better hurry.
It takes them long. They got to throw a pass now. They just don't know what to do.
They get the snap off. Carrionga's going to keep. He's
play.
being chased down by Brooks. He can't get him. Now he's going to cut the other way. Now he's got a 1st down and more. Past the midfield, down inside the 40-yard line to the 36. We have a late flag thrown in. We'll see what that was, but missed opportunity for Bountiful.
It's so hard. You have him right there. Jacob Brooks, you got him. Honestly, in those situations, you just want to do a basketball shuffle. Don't even go at any fake. That's what I try to tell the D-line at Utah, because a lot of people are running this little option game to them. But don't look at the football or the shoulders. They're going to juke you out every time. Just look straight at their waist, just like basketball, and just stick with them.
Offense. That's the spot about 10 yards. Roy's out the 1st down. We'll have one on time down. One on time down.
So they start the play clock, but there's 0 on the clock.
So we know this will be the last play of the 1st quarter.
Right.
Boy, how about Carrionga? The wheels, the elusiveness, the athleticism.
That was beautiful. That was, I don't want to say Michael Vick-ish, maybe because he's wearing number 7. But that was beautiful. Way to elude Jacob Brooks in the backfield, and then have the vision to just get upfield and get all the extra yards. There's a lot of running, but he made it happen, and he made it look really good.
So the officials are still discussing something.
Call at the end of the quarter. What do we got here?
I am dying to know.
Yeah, no idea what this could be.
Quarter! Because it was a defensive penalty. Or offensive penalty, excuse me.
Okay, offensive penalty. Quarter's over.
That is the end of the 1st quarter.
So Roy will have the ball at the 46-yard line when we begin the 2nd quarter on the side of Bountiful.
No score after 1 quarter of play.
And as we go to the 2nd quarter, let's go down to the sideline where Michelle Bodkin is standing by with more on Roy's unique quarterback situation.
Yeah, guys, tell me if this sounds at all familiar. I feel like as the Utah Utes insider for KSL Sports, I have to bring in something Utes related, right? So just like Utah, in their first 2 games of the season against Florida and Baylor, Roy has been running a 2-quarterback system. Junior Drew Gardner is playing the Bryson Barnes role as more of a passer, throwing for 995 yards and 9 touchdowns. On the other hand, senior Joe Carrionga has played more of the Nate Johnson role, doing most of his damage on the ground, averaging 10 yards per carry and 6 rushing touchdowns.
I think it's just they both bring something completely different. Joe can run all over the field. He can make explosive plays on the ground.
Drew has a full year experience as a starter last year, and so he knows the offense really well with our coach.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, Michelle, thank you. The 2-quarterback system working for Roy. Definitely working in this 1st quarter as the Royals have a 14-0 lead. Bountiful trying to get a stop. Carrionga working his way through, gets hit by several Bountiful defenders. Nice job by the Bountiful defense to get the stop. Satsuwala, one of those that came up for the stop.
Great defensive stop right there.
Second down and 8.
That play is so hard to defend because it feels like they have an extra blocker in there because now your quarterback's a part of the running game. Normally the quarterback hands the ball off and he's a non-factor, but now your quarterback is in there, so it's like they got an extra blocker to be able to block that up. So stopping the QB run game is very hard at any level.
Right up the middle, Snyder. He's not going anywhere. Bountiful picking up the intensity on defense. It's going to force another 3rd and long situation for the Royals. So thanks to Chris Seeley of Bountiful with some stats for us in the first quarter. Roy rushed for 138 yards on 13 carries in that first quarter. I'm not a mathematician, but I could figure out that that's more than 10 yards per carry. That's pretty darn good. The yardage, 161 to 68. I mean, it makes sense that Roy would have that discrepancy because of the Bountiful turnovers. Carriaga gets rid of it. Is that catch made? It is. Down to the 32. What a catch.
Tony toe tap.
Cole West is Tommy toe tap on this one.
Good job.
Great catch.
Great job. 1 foot in bounds. Focus on the catch. Bring that in. When you run, these bootlegs open up so much. On the previous play before the first quarter ended, it was a bootleg, but you know, they weren't able to get him in the backfield, and they made something happen out of it. But they were able to complete it downfield.
All right, Drew Gardner in at quarterback. Snyder on the loose. Gets to the outside. He turns the corner. Inside the 10. Patiently waited for that to open up. And gets a big gain.
Man, he just runs so smooth. It's when you got a guy that runs that smooth, that is hard to stop. This means he's just running effortless. Jesus. Effortlessly.
There you go.
I messed it up. He's just running effortlessly, and that right there alone strikes fear into a defense.
1st and goal from the 6. Gardner in at quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Snyder, but we got a flag first, and we know what that means.
False start against the Royals, 5-yard penalty. 1st and goal from the 11.
Yeah, they can't go down 21-0 and give up the sticks. They got to come up with a big stop here.
First and goal from the 11. Hand off to Robert Young. He's going nowhere. Bottled up, maybe a yard or 2 on the carry.
It's a great job by that Bountiful defense at staying square, making the running back stop the running backs north and south penetration right there, and then cleaning it up with the extra free hitter there. Great job by that defense. Standing tall, now 2nd down and goal.
Young in motion back into the backfield. Now 2 backs with Gardner. He's going to throw it. Incomplete.
Great defense.
It was intended for Keely Elenecki.
Wow, great defense. That was a great play call, first of all. Great play call, but great defense right there. That's how you have to do it. You have to, because if he catches it, it's a touchdown, right? He's going to end up in the end zone. So what you have to do is get your arm in there and pull his arms apart, get your arm in the bread basket, make sure that ball isn't completed. That was a great defensive effort right there.
This is a big moment for this Bountiful defense.
Yes,
they need a stop here, and they have a chance to get it here. 3rd and goal from the 9. Big moment in this game. Gardner looks back to his right to pass.
Great defense.
Incomplete. The Bountiful defense makes a stand. And Roy will kick a field goal.
Some really good defenses of stops right there on the goal line right there. One, the big run that they stopped for no gain, and then those two big defensive plays right there. Great job by the DVs of coming in there and breaking those passes up. It's exactly what you want to do. But great, as I said, you didn't want to go down 21-0. So this was a good stop right here. See if they can do something to miss this field goal.
Kick.
Good kick, good kick.
Is good.
That kick is good.
So the Royals extend their lead to 17. And again, they get points off a Bountiful turnover.
So we're up to 3 turnovers.
3 turnovers.
3 possessions.
17 Royals points.
3 possessions, 3 turnovers, 17 points off turnovers. Yeah. This is high school football, though. These guys have been putting up points. As I said, it's not an over game. You know, the second quarter's just starting to roll out here.
Close.
Emerson Gavin, he has the potential to throw some terrific balls. One, there was a missed opportunity on that one. But one, he can't feel flustered. His offensive line, we got to give them credit. They are creating an excellent QB pocket for him to be able to stand in there and make some good throws. He's just getting a little antsy feet, and he's getting out of the pocket and making it a little harder on himself. But he's got some weapons that he can throw to, man. He's just got to deliver the football. That's what you got to do at the quarterback position, deliver the football.
That kickoff is into the end zone for a touchback, so Bountiful will once again start at their own 20-yard line. We haven't seen much from Falatau Satuala, Sly. Feels like that offense has got to find a way to get the ball in his hands and let him make a play.
Well, he needs more targets.
Yeah.
You know, I know he's a dynamic player, but it doesn't seem like they're double teaming him the way they should, right? So if they're not double teaming him, get him the ball. As I said, Falatau's one of those guys, you throw in his radius and he'll make it happen. Just throw the ball up there and watch him work.
Galma's going to hand it off. Siaki Fekatoa with his first carry of the game, number 26. He's a sophomore that Coach Freckleton was very excited about. They have big expectations for him in the future and right now, as he's getting varsity time as a sophomore. 5'7", 180-pound running back. Geilman's going to hand off again. And it's again, it's Siaki Fekatoa with a nice run. He's close. He's down to the 26-yard line, 27-yard line, they'll give it. So he's 3 yards short of a first down.
Picked up 5, second down.
It's a great run, great hard run right there. The crazy part about this is like, what do you do? It's 3rd and short. You ran the ball good the last 2 times. Do you continue to run the ball and pick up the first down? Or do you try to go and throw it, which you haven't had success doing? So as far as the offensive coordinator here, I don't know what I would have did. Yeah, now they got to call timeout because I don't think they truly. Oh, no, the play clock was running down.
Yeah, they just ran out of time to get the play off. We're going to take our first commercial break. It will be brief, and we'll be right back with second quarter action here on Game Night Live. 17-0, Roy leads Bountiful.
Summer, the best thing you can do is stay on top of your AC's annual maintenance. But if you do find yourself with an air conditioner blowing hot air, Any Hour Services technicians service all brands, and they can usually get to you pretty quick. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. Whether you need maintenance, repair, or replacement, the technicians at Any Hour Services can help you keep your home comfortable all summer long. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need for their own fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated, with locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you.
Back to the action here, and the handoff is made, and it's kept. Now it's thrown. Great play fake by the Braves. They even faked out the guy talking right now. So Josh Lilliquist comes in on offense and makes the catch. And a positive play for the Bountiful Redhawks.
So when you're in the in-between, you don't know whether the pass or the run, how about you just do a play action where you can semi-do both?
That was great.
Yeah. Great job right there by Bountiful at being technically sound, faked us out, and picking up that first down and more. Now they're doing a check with me here.
We're under 10 seconds on the play clock. It's down to 5.
Check to a run.
Geilman gets it off, and they do indeed run it. And he fights forward. Fekitoa turns that into a decent play. It looked like it was going to go for a yard. It goes for almost 5.
Carries it up 2 midfield. Picked up 4 on the carry.
Positive first down play.
And 6.
Second down and 6 from the 50. Again, Fekitoa.
Nice.
Oh, he's loose. Fekitoa down inside the 30.
26 up the right side. Siaki Fekitoa.
Siaki Fekitoa has been impressive on this drive.
Oh, yeah. You just got to love the way he's running the football right there. He is running extremely hard and making it hard for the defenses to get him, getting past that first level. So you got to hit that first level hard, and everything else is going to be wide open for you. So great job by Fekitoa right there.
Sophomore running back giving this offense a spark. Geilman's going to pass. He's in trouble. We got a flag. The catch is made. Satuwala, excuse me. Falatau Satuwala. But it's coming back. It's a flag.
Just mix the names together, you know, it makes it work.
I think I just created a super athlete.
Yeah. But you got a holding here is going to come back.
Yeah.
Holding, offense, number 55. That's a previous spot foul. Second down.
Again, Sly, the mistakes for Bountiful tonight. It's clear they have the playmakers, the athletes, but they just make too many mistakes.
Right.
It's cost them dearly.
6-yard line of the Royals. First and long from the 36.
But I like the idea. I said they need to get Satuwala the ball more. They tried right there. That would have been perfect, but goes back for holding. Fekitoa again, bouncing off defenders down to the 20. He erases that penalty yardage and more.
Feed the man.
Yeah, he's hot.
You ride the hot hand right now. You don't even need to huddle. They need to go up tempo right here and continue to feed Fekitoa the ball. He is doing a tremendous job right now.
He is playing with some kind of energy. Wow.
I'm telling you, the way he's hitting the hole extremely hard. And that's opening up that second and third level for him to get those extra yards. So the way he's just running the football, not timid, not tiptoeing, he's just hitting it hard right off the bat right there and making it happen. 5 seconds.
Play clock down to 2. They get it off.
Feed the man.
Again.
Feed the man.
He's got a chance.
Feed the man.
Into the end zone. Touchdown. Siaki Fekitoa. And the lights go on at Bountiful.
Got a better light show than the University of Utah. Just feed the man. Feed him. Don't even huddle. I think the defense knew that they were going to give him the ball right there. You still couldn't stop him. The way he's running the ball is very different. It is awesome. Ride the hot hand. Feed Fekitoa the ball. Great run right there. Got him all the way to the end zone. Stood up, too. They couldn't even tackle him.
Coach Freckleton, Sly, raved about this young man in practice. He said they're really, really excited about him, what he can do. And now we get to see it in person. I'm like, wow, this is a sophomore. We see a lot of young running backs in the state. Remember Javon Ecken when he broke out with Lehigh last year as a freshman, but this young man has been very impressive in what we've seen here on that drive. That was That's some of the best running back play I've seen all year.
Yeah, and you can see this between game to game that we cover from 6A to 5A, whatever it may be. You can definitely tell talent. The way this guy is running the football is very, very special, and it can translate. He's just a sophomore, so he's going to refine his game every single year. He's going to be one of the top running backs in the state coming out of Utah for sure.
76, Will Nixon.
So the electricity is back in this stadium right now, and the lead is down to 10.
Homecoming / senior game.
This is a big night for Bountiful. Maybe a lot of those things. We talked to Coach Freckleton about distractions, and I'm sure us being here isn't helping, but they've settled in now, and we got a ball game again.
Rolls into the end zone for a touchback.
And that's a touchback, so Roy has been blessed with outstanding field position because of the turnovers. Now they're going to have to go 80 if they want to extend this lead.
Yeah, it was very important for them to get that goal line stop back there and make Roy settle for 3 points. He didn't want to go down 21-0. Now it's 17-10 or 17-7 with an opportunity here. You know, the game is dead. It's far from over. Just as fast as they put up points, you could put up points. The same amount of time is out there on the clock. So it's wide open, but the Bountiful defense is going to have to step up here. It's something they haven't been able to do is stop this Roy rushing attack and get a 3 and out and get their offense the ball back. Because Fekitoa is definitely making it happen. Oh, wow.
Carriaga goes deep, just outthrows him. He had his man beat, but the pass is too long, intended for number 21, Kili Eleneki.
It was good defense right there because, yes, he got beat, but the contact he made at the line of scrimmage made the receiver's timing go off. So, yes, I know he got beat, but he essentially rerouted the receiver and made that not as easy as it should have been. So great defense right there. And first stop on this drive, try to get a 3 and out.
2nd and 10.
It's QB run game right here.
Handoff is made, and Bountiful has done a better job of wrapping up Snyder.
Yes, they have.
This Bountiful defense has cleaned up a few things, and now they've been pretty stout in these last 2 drives.
Yeah, I mean, the things that they were messing up on, they weren't bringing their feet. They were just jumping at the tackler, and he was able to break out of all those tackles. Now they're assuring that he's wrapped up and bringing their feet with that. So that's how you play defense right there. Now it's 3rd down and 7. See what they can do and get out of this drive. Empty.
Carriaga will throw. Over the middle.
Oh.
Intercepted! Down to the 6-yard line. Brig Morrison. And this game is completely flipped Bountiful's way.
Fekitoa right now, no hesitation. I'd go I formation, power I, what they say in Little Giants. Put it in there. Give it right to Fekitoa, have him run straight the ball. That's only 6 yards for the touchdown. The way Fekitoa is running, he could definitely get that done. I would feed the beast right here. Honestly, what would be a good is everybody thinks is going to him because I said it too. Play action. Oh, look, power I.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Old school.
Just like Little Giants right here, baby. Power I, put it there.
Fekitoa.
Put it there.
Working his way, can't get there. They call him dead at about the 2-yard line.
Is the offensive coordinator in here listening right now?
Somebody's up top, I know that.
Oh, yeah. But that's a great run right there. They pick up, I thought it was 4 yards. I thought he got down to the 2-yard line, but they're saying he got down to the 3-yard line. Great first down pickup right there. 3 yards to go for the end zone. I would put in extra bodies right here and then run a play action fake because the defense is going to be sold out for the run. Look at that. Look at that right there.
Heavy backfield. 2nd and goal from the 3. Handoff. Fekitoa.
Touchdown.
Into the end zone for the touchdown. The Bountiful Braves take advantage of a Roy turnover. And this game got a lot tighter.
How about that? 14 points in a matter of what? A minute, 30 seconds?
It didn't take long.
Didn't take long. Yeah, man, that's a great job by Bountiful. Their defense stepped up.
Yeah.
Their defense stepped up down on the goal line, the possession before. Got an interception right here for a touchdown. And Fecky Toy is just handling business and putting it in the end zone for 2 touchdowns. Great job.
17-14, Roy leads. But that Roy lead is shrinking quickly. Fecky, wow, what a difference he made. That quickly sparked the offense. They get the drive, they score, and then the defense steps up big. Brig Morrison, like he has all year long for this defense, delivers again. And just like that, we've got a very tight contest here in the second quarter. Exactly what we thought, exactly what we hoped for. Brig Morrison, by the way, that's his first interception of the season. Leads the team with 85 tackles and 3 sacks. Boy, he picked a good time to have his first pick of the year. And he almost took it to the house.
This guy's got 85 tackles in 9 games.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. That'll get it done. That's 8-9 tackles a game. That's a great job.
Over the head and into the end zone. That will not be returned. So the ball will come out to the 20-yard line. So how does Roy respond to this now? We saw how Bountiful was able to respond to some adversity, and now Roy's got to do the same.
Well, Roy tried to do it. They did a great job. They just missed on that pass play right there.
Yeah.
One, because the defense did a great job of rerouting at the line of scrimmage. But, you know, I think Bountiful in the early downs are selling out for the run. They're trying to stock up on the run and make sure that Daquan Snyder doesn't get off. And, you know, you're corralling Joe Carriaga. Yep. Making sure that if you stop those two, essentially this offense is kind of at a stalemate. I know they're doing a great job with Robert Young and getting him the ball on the outside, but I think that's an extra bit. So as you can see, Bountiful early downs is stacking the box.
Gardner in at quarterback now.
Yeah.
Set up on the outside, Robert Young again.
But that's
good pickup.
That's the only place they got for Robert Young. Once Bountiful picks that up, they're not going to be able to get 5 yards on that every single time. That throw is risky right there. You're not going to want to do that every single play. So if Bountiful is stocking up the box right there and knocking out Snyder and knocking out Corriega, they're going to have to do something where they're going to have to take some shots downtown on early downs. If they pick up a first down, a second down, they got to take a play-action shot downtown, and that's going to loosen the Bountiful defense up.
As I mentioned, Gardner getting this series at quarterback, and now we got a flag.
Too many people on the field.
They had too many people in the huddle, looks like.
That ball! Substitution infraction! Offense, 5 yards, second.
This ref is confident.
Which I like.
Yeah. He's confident.
He makes a call with conviction.
Like, I know what you did.
As we always like to do, we want to thank the officials here tonight. Without them, we could not have high school football. And the UHSAA needs more officials like these to make sure that these events can continue.
Hey, as many football buffs as there is out there in the world right now, we could definitely get some more refs out there.
Gardner's going to hand it off. Snyder gets a little bit, but not a lot. It's going to be 3rd and long again for Roy. This Bountiful defense has really tightened things up. So Roy's going to have to adjust to that.
3rd down.
I love the chess game we've got going on between these two teams.
Yeah, it's really, really exciting.
And 9 for the Royals.
Third and 9 from the 21. Bountiful showing some pressure. They bring the heat. Catch is made.
Great
tackle is made.
Great tackle.
Terrific open field tackle by number 0, Jacob Brooks.
Wow. Great tackle right there. Great angle. Great job right here by Jacob Brooks. Wasn't even his man. Great job right there. Shooting at the outside leg right there and taking away the runner's legs. You're going to get some punishment right there because that's a bigger offensive guy. But great job right there, selling out and making that play. Another 3 and out for this defense. The last time it was an interception, but 3 and out here, getting their offense the ball back.
Kobe Rodriguez made that catch, and he could have gone for another 20 if Brooks doesn't make that tackle.
Oh!
And it's coming back. Brooks breaks the tackle. It doesn't matter. They made contact with the punter.
I don't agree with that. Because the punter had the ball away, and he, like, stepped on the guy on the ground.
Let's see what the call is here.
Holding!
Oh.
Offense number 22! Decline! First down!
Ignore everything I just said.
Yeah. That's what I was just like, that didn't look like roughing the punter, but holding, I could see that.
Yeah, that's what that was.
I would have took the penalty and made him re-punt it. You know the likelihoods, there's always statistics.
You know, exactly right.
When they have to re-punt it, because the team had already run down, so they're going to have to run back, Mike Tomlin's like, I'm making them re-punt it every single time. Especially with Antonio Brown returning punts for us. You give Antonio Brown another opportunity if your coverage team is tired, take that every single time. They got Falatau Satawala out there. I would take that again. I would have made him re-punt it. But decisions. Bountiful team is rolling.
They tuck the ball at their own 45-yard line with momentum. 2:48 left to play here in the first half. Gallman's going to hand it off. Guess who? Fekatoa this time. I think Rory on the side was like, no way we're letting this sophomore beat us tonight. No way.
Hey, that's what a lot of people said about Devon Eka, too, and he's just running all over everybody. These guys got talent, man. There's a reason why they're starting varsity.
Talk about 22, Max Johnson.
So after a couple of interceptions, Bountiful went run heavy, and it worked. And now Roy's making that adjustment. And so Geilman's going to have to respond here.
It's very interesting, right? You know, they're pass, and they're like, hey, let's just run the football.
Geilman's going to throw it. And it's incomplete.
Geilman's pass is incomplete.
He was trying to get it to Satuala.
Yeah.
Who still hasn't had a touch here tonight.
I mean, he's touched it, but it's been a penalty. And so they had to bring it back. But he's had 3 targets. I would almost force that guy the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got this play clock going right now, so they gotta go. Go with it, make it happen.
3rd and 10 from their own 45-yard line with 2:08 left to play here in the half. Roy would love to get the ball back here with 2 minutes to play. Geilman's going to hand it off. Fekatoa about 3 yards.
Pick up 2 on the carry.
Maybe 2. I think they are going to give him 2.
By 44, Kobe Hepner. He's up a 4th down and 7.
So Roy's going to take a timeout. They're going to stop that clock. Like I said, I think they're anxious to get the ball back here. They do get the ball first to start the second half, which this is going like a bonus possession.
Well, yeah, I mean, great strategy by Bountiful at running the ball and trying to get that clock rolled down. But Roy's going to have 1 minute and 50 seconds to do something. The way they were acting on the first couple of drives, they can drive down the field in 1 minute and 50 seconds.
No doubt.
They're up by 3 right now with the ball in the second half, or possession in the second half. But again, we talk about this for the last few years. Ebb and flow, right? There's a lot of ebb and flow in football. And if you could ride the wave of the flow of the first couple of series, and then you can get in the mix and switch momentum into your favor, it makes for an interesting game. Is why you always got to stick with it. No game is ever over. I think we were saying that too. You know, yeah, they're down 17-0 right now, but the game ain't over. Just as fast as Roy put up points, they could put up points, and you saw that happen. They put up 14 points in a matter of 90, 120 seconds.
Yeah.
And so it's all possible right here, but it's going to put another test and strain on this Bountiful defense to stop these guys before half.
Britton Tidwell will punt.
Great job at wasting time. Get a roll.
It's a nice punt.
Yes, it is.
Takes a Bountiful bounce. And it's going to roll all the way inside the 5-yard line.
Great job.
Great special teams moment there for the Redhawks.
All the way around by the punter and the coverage team right there, right? The punter held the ball long enough that he wasn't getting any pressure. He allowed his coverage team to get down there, punted, had a nice roll, a great touch, right? It's kind of like a little floater in the lane, a Damian Lillard floater in the lane. You got to have touch on it. Rolled it right down to the 2-3 yard line. That was a great job.
So this is a little tricky for Roy.
37 left until half.
Don't pass out of this. They
Not
run.
a lot of room to work with here.
Yeah, you got to run. Snyder, get Snyder the ball. That's all I would do. Because what you want to do is I would give Snyder the ball every possession here because you want to get him ready for the second half.
Snyder's going to bounce outside. That's trouble for Bountiful. They do a good job wrapping him up. He gets out to the 5 yard line. That was playing with fire for Bountiful there.
I mean, he picked up, that was a lot of running for a yard.
Yeah, it was.
But great tackle by Falatau, because it was a great inside-out move there by Snyder. But great coming to balance right there by Falatau Salatuala.
Again,
right there.
The chess match, Sly, is Bountiful has now called timeout.
Yeah.
To try to save some clock for them.
I mean, they should only have one timeout left. So one of these times you think Bountiful's going to pass. If it's an incomplete pass, and the clock stops right there.
Indeed, Bountiful has one timeout.
And Bountiful can get the ball back because they did a great job field position, right? That punt was awesome, pinned him down.
Yeah.
They can get a 3-and-out right here. And Roy has to punt the ball. They'll get the ball on Roy's 48, 50-yard line, right at the 50-yard line. Their kicker looks nice, 20 yards, and they're in field goal range.
On the timeout, second down and 8. From the 5 yard line.
Chess match, as you said, strategy, right?
It's great. It's good football right now. 1:28 left. Second down and 8 from the 5. Snyder wrapped up. He's short. Bountiful will take their last time out of the half.
Timeout. Final timeout called by the Redhawks.
So Roy, again, run the football. Give the ball to Snyder. That's all you do.
Snyder was brought down.
You do that.
74, Caleb
Run that clock off. Bountiful should get the ball with about 30 seconds left. 30 seconds to do hurry-up offense and try to accomplish to get, 25 yards? They could do that.
While we have a timeout here, let's check on some scores around the region in Region 5. Northridge leads Clearfield 14-7. And Box Elder leads Woods Cross 6-0. That game very, very close right now. Box Elder, of course, with one loss, still in the region race along with these two teams. 3 teams in Region 5 now with one loss coming into tonight. Last night, Viewmont beat Bonneville, which made things interesting in Region 5. Back to the action. It's a pitch out. They got to stop.
I was close to that first down.
It's very close. Let's see. Roy's saying we got a first down.
No, they're short.
They are short.
So the clock's going to roll right
Clock
here.
will run, but they are going to get the ball back. I don't know how much time they'll have when they get the punt.
Here's the thing, too. You don't want to take a delay of game penalty here. Because you take a delay of game penalty, they're going to move you back 5. Bountiful does an all-out rush. In the way that you guys were blocking, especially you got a holding call on the last punt.
Is Roy going to go for it? They still have their offense on the field.
They're going to. I wouldn't take the penalty. Oh, they got a timeout. I think they're going to.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to run out the time.
Okay.
I was going to say, hey, bold move.
Yeah, they're going to take a timeout.
I figured something was up there. So we got a timeout on the Roy side.
I was like, you do not want to take a penalty here. Yeah, so Bountiful's going to get the ball.
Yeah, obviously Bountiful has. There's 2 things here that can happen. Well, sorry, there's 3 things here, and 2 of them are bad for Roy. Blocked punt, a punt return for a touchdown,
or a punt return for a big chunk of yards.
That too. So smart move by Bountiful to put Roy in the situation. Try to make something happen with 37 seconds left.
I'd go all-out blitz right here, but tell everybody to be smart.
You're absolutely going for the punt, right?
Tell
You're going to try to
everybody
block
be
this
smart.
kick?
I'd bring everybody off of this right side of the offense. I'd bring everybody right off that side there and put the pressure. Because even if you don't get there, your punter's going to be feeling that pressure.
Yeah.
Off of his right leg, he's going to be feeling that pressure, and that'll make him shank it. He'll do a 12-yard punt, and it'll be like you got a good punt return.
And then, I mean, there's...
Yeah.
So you just created more situations
Yes.
that are positive for Bountiful.
Yes.
So Roy's got to be very careful. They got to get this punt off safely. They can't give up a big return. And even then, Bountiful will have about 30 seconds. This is going to start with 37 seconds.
Yeah, all-out rush. I'd bring everybody. Because you're going to, whether you fair catch it or not, you're going to get...
Low snap. He does get it off.
Short
It is
kick.
short.
Catch it.
It's going to bounce just past midfield all the way to the 47 of Bountiful. 28 seconds left. Bountiful has a chance to do something here. They can get close enough to try to tie the game.
Bountiful will take over 1st and 10. 28 seconds left on the clock.
You know what? If they brought the all-out blitz, if they would have brought the all-out blitz, you see how far the punter stepped up?
Yeah.
You're stepping right up into the blitz right there. But Bountiful chose to go punt return instead.
They got a chance to get points here. Let's see what they can do. Guilman at quarterback. He's got Brig Morrison in the backfield with him. He's going to throw. Pressure comes. They're going to screen. Ooh, Morrison is leveled.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
Whoa, we got a flag. I'm not sure what happened there. The tackle was made by Hunter Webb. And what a tackle it was.
Now they're going to call a penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct on Roy here. What I'm telling you what, Bountiful needs to get their play in right now. You got time. This is essentially
unsportsmanlike on the defense. Running 15 yards. First down.
Gotta go. I break the huddle already. I would have my offense ready to go.
Yeah, that's if you're the Roy coach, you're just
like why?
What are we doing there?
Giving them 15 yards, and that's after the play, so they pick up the little 2 yards they got plus 15.
That's going to move the ball inside the Roy 40. They're going to mark that at the Roy 39-yard line with 20 seconds left and first down.
Yeah, all they got to do is sprint option here. I'd run Jacob Brooks right out to the flats right there. I'd run Falatau and the first receiver all the way out and run Jacob Brooks right to the flat. Just like that. Throw the flat. Throw the flat. Oh, God.
It's caught. Brig Morrison with the catch down to the 20. Yards short of the first down, but they want a field goal. They are out of timeouts. They've got to clock it. Guilman's going to do that. So he clocks the ball, and now Bountiful's going to get a field goal attempt. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be about 48 yards.
Yeah, man. See, if they would have just thrown that flat out to Jacob Brooks right there, he could have got right out of bounds after his little 10-yard gain, and they would have had an opportunity to get another play, clock it, and then got a little closer. But this is I think this is a makeable field goal right here. Ice in the kicker, 48-yard field goal here.
Roy is going to take the timeout to try to ice Landon Zayas.
It's a great night. No wind. Still air. It's all kicker in the holder here, so got to make sure you have a good snap, good hold. And the Lakers, the kicker's got to put all his leg into it. It's going to be nice. It's a beautiful night, ain't it?
It's perfect for football. We are blessed here tonight. I don't know about the kicker, but they've iced me, Sly. Here we go.
I'm excited. Are we going to go in halftime tied up after all of this first half madness?
That's crazy.
Right?
That would be perfect.
3 turnovers on your first 3 possessions. And you're going to be tied up.
The kicker is number 22, Landon Zayas, from 48 yards. to tie the game as we go to halftime.
Oh.
It's blocked. The kick is blocked.
And the kick is blocked. That'll be the final play.
That is the half. What a way to end it.
And the first half.
17-14, the Roy Royals lead the Bountiful Redhawks.
And your Redhawks.
This half delivered, Sly. It's had a little bit of everything.
Great timeout by Roy. Icing the kicker.
Yeah.
He tried way too hard. I think he shanked that one. He was trying way too hard. It wasn't smooth. But here nor there, great job by Bountiful. Great way to end that first half. That second quarter was a complete flip to the first possessions of the game right there.
You're right, Sly. It felt like Roy had a chance to put their foot down on their neck. And he was getting away from Bountiful.
Oh, yeah.
And then, boom, you put in a sophomore running back, some electric runs that get in the end zone, then the Brig Morrison interception, and all of a sudden we got a ball game, 17-14. You know, this is exactly what we came here for. A region title up for grabs. Next week we'll see how everything plays out, but the winner of this game has the inside track to at least get a share of that. I know it doesn't matter in playoff seeding, but it matters to these coaches and these players who want to win something this season. So
something to remember by, but this is really, really, really awesome for these guys to keep fighting, right? And the game plan shifts from week to week, right? You know, what works for you. Emerson Geilman is a great thrower. He's thrown some amazing passes here. You can see he has the potential, but it just wasn't working tonight. But if you got a sophomore running back like Siaki Fekitoa that you can go to and make all the changes in the world in the momentum shifts of this team, offensively and defensively. The defensively played with more juice after he got in and started affecting this offense. So there's a lot of weapons all around the field, and Bountiful will have Emerson and Siaki Fekitoa back next year. So very talented young football team here. Great first half. Can't wait to see how this shakes out.
All right, let's go down in the end zone. Michelle Bodkin standing by.
KSL Sports is streaming tonight's game on the KSL Sports app, the KSL Plus app, and KSLSports.com. As part of the broadcast, Utah Community Credit Union is proud to present a scholarship to an amazing student this week. This week's winner is Adelise Flores from Spanish Fork High School. She couldn't be here tonight, but the school did submit a bio on her accomplishments during her high school career. Adelise is a senior and one that leads by example in every way. Punctuality and participating in classes, a friendliness to everyone, and being an academic rock star are just some of her qualities. She's also a quiet leader and is humble by nature. Adelise doesn't attract attention to herself. She's involved in multiple clubs and sports, including Latinos in Action, Key Club President, Youth City Council Mayor, lacrosse captain, and member of National Honor Society. After graduation, Adelise will pursue further education and no doubt succeed at anything she sets her mind to. Congratulations to Adelise Flores from Spanish Fork, and thanks to Utah Community Credit Union for their support of local high school athletes. UCCU, love where you bank.
Michelle, thank you. Congratulations to this week's winner. And I hope they deliver that big giant check to her door, Ed McMahon style. That'd be pretty sweet. Always love to see those winners. All right. 17-14, the Roy Royals lead the Bountiful Redhawks. We'll be back here in 15 minutes. In the meantime, enjoy the Bountiful drill team.
This year, we are proud to announce the addition of a girls-only division to play alongside our boys. Team scheduling lines you up against comparable competition, making every snap a valuable life lesson. UC football is safe and fun. Learn the game with confidence. The competition will be fierce and the camaraderie will be second to none. Sign up today at ucfootball.org. That's ucfootball.org.
All right, the most difficult task in sports media is picking the top 5 plays of the week in high school football. Trust us.
But you know what? We did it.
Yes, we did.
Here we are. This is the game night 5. And, of course, we count down, so we start with number 5. Springville's Tavita Valetti. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
He puts it in low gear and just blows up.
Oh, no.
Maple Mountain defender. Don't get in Valetti's way.
Do not do that. All right, Skyridge receiver Trent Call. Look, it's just a routine bubble screen. This can't be great, right? Well, no. He's going to turn this into a touchdown thanks to incredible effort and athleticism, breaking tackles all the way into the end zone. One of his 2 touchdowns in the Falcons' blowout win against rival Lone Peak.
What should have been about a 5-yard gain ends up going for a 97-yard touchdown because Snow Canyon's Simaj Thompson is just too strong, slips through the defenders, and just takes it to the house. Great run after the catch there.
Back to Richfield, enjoying their best season in 35 years because of plays like this. Beck Giblett with one-handed interception to clinch victory in a big game against Manti. Can't see that enough.
All right, the honor of being the Game Night Live's #1 play goes to Payson's Cooper Swayze. Whoa. 5 Timpanogos players miss here. Look at that. And then he's got the gas still to go 94 yards for the touchdown. That's what it takes to be #1 on the Game Night 5.
If you want to avoid your AC breaking down this summer, the best thing you can do is stay on top of your AC's annual maintenance. But if you do find yourself with an air conditioner blowing hot air, Any Hour Services technicians service all brands, and they can usually get to you pretty quick. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. Whether you need maintenance, repair, or replacement, the technicians at Any Hour Services can help you keep your home comfortable all summer long. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
All right, it seems like the right time to bring in Stevenson Sylvester for him to join the program now. You know, last week, it's like Cougar fans might have maybe thought we were a little rough, a little harsh on the play calling. You know, but this week we did notice some improvements there, including an improvement in the run game. They were going downhill this time.
Yes. And it's just what works. It works on your personnel. It works on the scheme. It works for what's the team. You know, every team does things differently. But for this BYU Cougars team, it definitely going downhill works. And also, great individual effort. But that's exactly what happens on this touchdown by L.J. Martin here to put BYU up in this game. It's great individual effort, but they're going downhill, which is going straight, you know, blocking downhill. They do a great job of double teaming here. Hold this block just a little bit longer, but if the center is able to get over cross face, it wouldn't be as hard as L.J. Martin, but great individual effort as well. But look at all these guys downhill right here. They're all downhill on the second and third level. This is what you want. This is how you get more yardage downfield instead of side to side. The football field is 53 yards wide. You don't want to be running that way because that's nothing on the stat sheet, right? The stat sheet is going downhill. That's what those guys were doing there, and it worked out.
You pointed it out, the offensive line, a big part of that, their improvement as well, right?
A-Rod, come hire me if you need an assistant.
There you go. You know, and when things are going better in the run game, of course, that's going to open things up a bit more through the air.
Yes.
Slovis had his second highest rated game of the season. He looked a lot better this week.
Yeah, he's looking more and more comfortable as the games go on. Of course, you get more comfortability throughout the system, but this was a well-orchestrated drive right before the end of the half here. Cover 3 over here, and so the read is this corner needs to take a 1-2 read, but this short motion comes down here, and this guy, whose original guy was this guy, now becomes this guy and completely forgets his technique. So he ends up just taking this guy man-to-man, but he's supposed to come off on him. The linebacker sees it late. He's like, nobody's out there on him. So now he's chasing. He's got 2 guys on here, and it should just be this guy and the linebacker. But this guy should be out in the flat over there. That short motion caused that confusion right there. So great scheme by A-Rod out there at putting that together. But great execution by Keaton Slovis and the BYU team.
Okay, great stuff, Sly. Hopefully that'll carry through the bye week, that momentum there. All right.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of
to make it better. What are you going to tell fans right now?
I mean, you look at this and you have all the offseason, right? Cam Rising got hurt in the Rose Bowl last year. You have all the offseason, all of training camp, so many schemes you've gone through, so many different that. At the end of the day, if they're not getting better, it's kind of like we just need Cam Rising. honesty, you're looking at this whole thing. We can blame it on Nate Johnson being young, inconsistency with Bryson Barnes, this and that. But at the end of the day, we just need our top guy. We need Cam Rising to be back, and I think that's how this offense. Because when Cam Rising comes back, if we remember when he took over for Charlie Brewer, just the energy that he brings, it changes the entire team. So once he gets back in there, I think the offense will run a lot smoother.
They got a bye week. Let's hope it's Cal. If it's not Cal, then when, right?
Yeah.
All right, enough of the offense. Let's move on to something positive, the defense. Jonah Ellis leads the nation in sacks.
Yes.
What a great, I mean, we talked about this before the season. He was your guy. You said this is a guy that's going to tear it up. And he certainly has.
Yeah, I mean, he's setting himself up to be great. You know, in the NFL, you get a lot of these guys who come in on third downs and just terrorize offenses. But this guy is an every down defensive end. He's making plays in the running game and in the passing game. But here, what's great about this is how they set him up to be on an island. They take all these three defenders and force them on this side, so we get all these offensive linemen to pay attention over here. Once the ball is snapped, Chase Kennedy drops out, so it's an 8-man drop. These two guys are paying attention to that, leaves him alone on the island. Just by the scheme alone allows Jonah Ellis to get on the island and take advantage of that beautiful spin move that he's been perfecting.
The defense as a whole, and he's got great technique.
Yes.
But everybody on that defense is playing sound. They have technique. How big has that been for their success this season?
They've been carrying this team, you know. Even last week against UCLA, without the defense, we wouldn't have been in that game. But these guys are playing awesome. Great technique all across the board. You know, Oregon State averaging 230 yards per game in the run game, and we limited them to 120 yards, which is great. But what I want to pay attention to here is there's an extra hitter. There's 9 guys on defense, 8 guys on offense, not counting the quarterback, right? And so what you want to do is you want to send it to that extra defender, whoever that's going to be. So what we do here is we block everything up extremely well. They get here, cut off the north and south penetration of the offense, and makes it go east and west to the extra defender, which is Sione Vaki, who's an excellent tackler. And he's playing his butt off this year as well as the rest of the defense. But these guys are playing technically sound. They're communicating on a high level. Morgan Scalley and Sharif Shaw and Lou Powell and Colton Swan, they got these guys firing on all cylinders.
They just need an offense to complement it. And hopefully,
got to score some points.
A bye week in Cal and a return of Cam Rising will be enough to get the Utes where they need to be.
Utah fans, let's make it happen.
Okay, all right.
I love my new Blazer. It's cute and comfortable, very quiet, and drives really good in any weather condition. My experience buying it here at John Watson Chevrolet was super awesome. Everyone was really friendly. I didn't feel a ton of pressure, and they helped me get the exact Blazer that I wanted. Definitely a 5-star experience.
John Watson Chevrolet, your 5-star Chevy dealer.
I would give them 6 or 7 stars if I could.
All right, it's time for us to say goodbye tonight. But first, the best of Week 8 of the high school football season.
This is the Game Night Live highlight reel. Have a good night.
Nothing given. We're going to take it all. Leave it on the field.
Feeling hurt? Uncomfortable standing, walking, or running? Salt Lake Running Company offers free custom shoe fittings. With an assortment of functional footwear and inserts, we've got solutions to help you have your best workout, work day, or work escape. For over 25 years, SLRC's award-winning customer service has helped people find the perfect personalized fit that keeps them comfortably moving. Visit us at one of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com today.
At UCCU, we understand
spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
U Conference football registration is open for the 2023 fall tackle football season. This year, we are proud to announce the addition of a girls-only division to play alongside our boys. Team scheduling lines you up against comparable competition, making every snap a valuable life lesson. UC football is safe and fun. Learn the game with confidence. The competition will be fierce and the camaraderie will be second to none. Sign up today at ucfootball.org. That's ucfootball.org.
If you want to avoid your AC breaking down this summer, the best thing you can do is stay on top of your AC's annual maintenance. But if you do find yourself with an air conditioner blowing hot air, Any Hour Services technicians service all brands, and they can usually get to you pretty quick. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. Whether you need maintenance, repair, or replacement, the technicians at Any Hour Services can help you keep your home comfortable all summer long. Call Any Hour Services or schedule online at anyhour.com. No one helps more homeowners than Any Hour Services.
I love my new Blazer. It's cute and comfortable, very quiet, and drives really good in any weather condition. My experience buying it here at John Watson Chevrolet was super awesome. Everyone was really friendly. I didn't feel a ton of pressure, and they helped me get the exact Blazer that I wanted. Definitely a 5-star experience.
John Watson Chevrolet, your 5-star Chevy dealer.
I would give them 6 or 7 stars if I could.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey.
From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials,
SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America.
Locally owned, locally operated, with locations along the Wasatch Front.
SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you.
Or shop online at slrc.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace.
Here at Salt Lake Running Company, rain or shine, we've got you. We are here to help you keep moving forward. Locally owned, locally operated since 1995, SLRC offers free custom shoe fittings, rewards, training groups, races, free events, seminars, and clinics. Visit us in store or online today at slrc.com. Help you have your best workout, workday, or work escape. For over 25 years, SLRC's award-winning customer service has helped people find the perfect personalized fit that keeps them comfortably moving. Visit us at one of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com today.
Welcome back to Larry Wall Field, Bountiful High School, the legendary coach whose name is now on the stadium. What a run he had as the head coach here. Built this program into a perennial winner. Right now, the Bountiful Redhawks are trailing the Roy Royals 17-14 here at halftime. Sly, we saw it was kind of like first quarter went to Roy. Bountiful won the second quarter, and here we are with a great game.
Yeah, man, you got to handle the flow. Handle everything that happens. Handle that initial shock. You know, this being homecoming, senior night, as we talked about with Coach earlier this week, in the distractions between the construction around the field, the big dirt pile, them having to play down the street at Woods Cross earlier in the season. They've been able to handle the distractions, and you can see that in that first half. They handled the adversity of Roy's first shot in that first quarter, going up 17-0 and coming all the way back and having an opportunity to tie it. But now they're going to step up. You know, this is when you win the game, the second half, when you come out and you put your final product out. As they come into the end of the season, every play, every game's going to matter right before you get to playoffs. But you're getting a lot of great things out of Bountiful from Siaki
Fekatoa.
Fekatoa, sorry. Siaki Fekatoa. He's doing an amazing job at the running back position. Really switching momentum back up into the Bountiful's hands here. And making this a game. This is awesome. This team is feeling it, and so they start out on defense, and got to see how you finish this football game.
Roy's got to figure out a way to get back to what they were doing in the first quarter. Get that offense going again. Bountiful did a good job of shutting down the run game in that second quarter, although we see that, you know, thanks to Chris Healy for some first half stats. We've got some here. The difference in the run game is pretty massive. It's actually Roy doubled up Bountiful 184 to 92 on the ground in that first half. Again, turnovers equalize things. We saw from both sides, right? Turnovers are a great equalizer, and it certainly helped Bountiful in the second quarter as they capitalized on that interception.
Yeah, that rushing disparity was a lot greater, too, before Siaki Fekitoa got into the mix, right? Roy was just running all over the place, and there was nothing to stop him. But it's shown that was Roy's only dimension. And once, Bountiful settled down and was able to handle that, it really switched back into their favor. Looking at it, we've seen Drew Gardner throw the ball a couple times. He's thrown some really nice balls. He just hasn't been able to connect. So the pass game's totally not out of the mix, but Bountiful being able to shut down that running game and get back into this football game has been very, very important. So interesting to see what the plan of attack for Roy is going to be in the second half.
Here we go. What should be a great second half here in Region 5 is now underway. And they're going to call that a touchback. So Roy gets the ball first here in the second half. They will start at their own 20-yard line.
Despicable, Jeremiah. You had that on your screen.
Had some offensive material to Sly in the press box here.
Oh, my gosh.
I was actually getting some Jim McMahon information from his time at BYU. And so I was working.
McMahon is legendary.
Wasn't trying to cause a distraction.
I thought it was your screensaver. I
wasn't trying to rattle you. Oh, yeah.
I was about to say, Jeremiah, come on.
I'm very neutral, by the way. Very neutral. I stay out of the rivalry fray. Roy with the lead, 17-14. Drew Gardner is the quarterback to start the half. He had a big touchdown run in the first half. Picks the ball up off the ground, throws it. Catch is made, but a big hit is delivered. Woo. Brock McSwain.
How did he keep his... how did he catch this?
Brock hits like a brick.
Ooh.
Robert Young with the catch.
Great job right there, coming off and delivering a blow. That was very nice. Again, empty again. Goes.
Got a flag, throws it away, but not before his teammate got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Great play, bad decision on the quarterback part right there. They're trying to throw the out and up, so the very first play was very strategic. You throw the out, make sure the defense bites on it, then you go the out and up on the very next play. The quarterback just held onto it and went out. Caught his O-lineman in a holding position because the O-lineman didn't know what he was doing on that. So that's unfortunate, but pushes them back, so very good for Bountiful. But this makes it even harder for Roy to capitalize and make something happen.
Second down and 15.
Second down and 15.
On the 15-yard line.
For Roy.
So they went empty the first two possessions. Now they got running back there this time. Let's see what they do.
Gardner, plenty of time to throw. Now he's got to get out of the pocket.
That's trouble. That's trouble.
He's going to throw it down the field, and is caught at the 40. Robert Young.
Complete to number 5, Robert Young.
That's a pretty good play by Gardner under duress to complete that pass against his body.
And he pointed at the
40-yard line, first and 10 Royals.
And he pointed at Falatau. A little trash talk there. I see. I thought he was going to be in trouble on there because the defense was coming.
Great play by the junior quarterback.
Yes, it was.
Roy now at their own 40, first and 10.
Now they're going to get back into running the football here with Snyder.
Throw the bubble. Bottled up quickly. Gets about 5 yards. Nice pickup for Keely Olenecki. You'll take that on first down if you're Roy. They're going tempo now.
Which is what they were doing on the first drive. First couple drive, they were going tempo, and that was throwing Bountiful all off. So they're going back to that now. But Bountiful doesn't seem rattled. They seem like they got it all together.
Gardner's going to take a shot.
Got him.
Young's got it. 20, 15 is where he's tackled. Big gain of about 38 yards to Robert Young.
You see what they do there on the first possession or the first play of the series. They throw the out. They get the defense to bite on that, right? And then the next play, they throw it deep right off of that as a counter. Great job there. They faked the bubble there because they went to the bubble the first time, got 6 yards. Faked the bubble there, went up top. Great play to Robert Young right there.
Gain of about 4 or 5 on that first carry there.
Tempo.
Inside the 10 now.
Watch the RPO.
Gardner to Snyder, up the middle. Nothing there. Gets a couple more, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. They get a first down.
Under the 7-yard line.
At about the 4-yard line.
3rd down and 3. 3rd down and 3. In the Bountiful 7.
What do you do there? You've been effective doing multiple things. They're going to throw the bubble again. They're going to do an RPO slant on the backside. No, they went 2 by 2, so they're not going to do that.
They're going to go to Snyder. Fights his way in the middle, tries to bounce outside. It's not happening.
Pushed back by Jacob Brooks.
Jacob Brooks shuts it down.
See, this is all the things that were happening on those first couple drives. Just Bountiful wasn't making these tackles. They were stopping him, and he was getting picked up, but they were not wrapping up and finishing the play. They are now wrapping up and not letting Snyder get out of their grasp. So great job by this Bountiful team at switching the shift of the first couple series right there.
That's huge. Instead of retaking a double-digit lead, Roy's got to settle for a field goal. This is Aiden Hart, the kicker.
Great kick.
Nice kick. It's good. And the Royals take a 6-point lead, but that's a victory for Bountiful.
It is, because you know what? Offensively, guess who they haven't gotten involved? They haven't got Falatown Satuala involved at all. He's barely got 3 targets. He made 1 catch, but it was a penalty, so I had to come back. So he hasn't been effective at all, and you're only down by 6 here. So they are very, very much in this game. Hopefully they can continue on the momentum that they had in the first half, but nothing is guaranteed. Emerson Gallum is going to have to come with it in the second half and lead this team to victory.
Beautiful night for football. You see the Bountiful Temple in the backdrop. What a night. We are spoiled this year with this October weather. Perfect for high school football.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even wearing a jacket yet, Sly.
I normally have shorts on.
I did upgrade to jeans tonight. So it is that time of year. I've had to put the shorts away for the season. But I'm still short sleeve. So we're enjoying that. Just beautiful night here. And how about the new facility here? The football field is brand new. The lights, everything. Bountiful High School getting a big upgrade. That field looks beautiful here under the Friday night lights. Touchback for Bountiful. They'll bring the ball out to their 20. So now if you're Bountiful's offense, you're looking at the scoreboard. It's like we were down 17-0, and now if we drive down here and get the extra point and score, we take the lead. They are in a great position here now. But for them, the urgency has to be there on this drive. The time is now to take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, well, it's going to be the same thing. There's going to be ebb and flow in this second half, too. They're going to have to ride the wave and control the narrative however they want to do that. They're going to keep running the ball, or they're going to get Falatown involved.
Gallman hands it off.
Number 28, Damon Manuel.
Fakey toe gets about 2 yards.
And with the Damon Manuel on that carry. Manuel's in now.
Let's give him 3 on the carry. 2nd down and 7. From the 23.
Gallman's going to hand it off again.
Oh, push that
he
pile.
Breaks loose. Manuel's still running. What an effort.
Number 28.
Gets a few extra yards.
Damon Manuel.
Damon Manuel, a junior running back.
Beers.
Another player that Coach Freckleton talked to us about when we visited this week one of those young running backs that he really likes. And you're seeing right there that kind of an effort. That was phenomenal. Didn't pick up the first down, but he's put him in a position now to do so on third down. That could have been a loss.
Yeah, I think the mentality of Fekitoa is radiating through everybody.
Speaking of, there he is, and he's drilled in the backfield. What a play. Logan Sella.
Oh, wow.
The linebacker with a huge tackle for loss, and Bountiful's got a punt.
At the linebacker position, there are times where you just say, throw everything out the window. I know it. I feel it. And you just go and do it. And that's exactly what Logan Sella did right there. He's like, I know this is going to be a run. I feel it. I know exactly what's coming. And you just take that. You just blitz that hole right there, and you make the play in the backfield. Great job.
Tidwell gets the punt off. It's high but short. Takes a bounce at the 48 and takes a bountiful bounce inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. They'll take that.
At the 38-yard line.
And Roy will have to start this drive at 38. Still excellent field position, which they have had for most of this game. So the Roy offense, after stalling in the red zone and having to settle for a field goal, has a chance here to put some more points on the board with a 6-point lead.
Great way to step up for both teams right there, you know. Roy came out with points. Bountiful went 3 and out, went 3 straight runs, went 3 and out. They're going to have to get their star player involved, and if they want to pull this win out. You know, Roy is a very tough team, and if you allow them to run the ball and control the narrative of this game, you're going to let this come down to the wire, and you don't want to do that.
Gardner still in the game. He keeps. Gets maybe a yard. So back-to-back possessions to open the second half here for Drew Gardner, junior quarterback. Roy running that 2-quarterback system. It alternated possessions first half, but Gardner gets the first 2 here.
Yeah, you got to ride their hot hand. Drew Gardner was doing well. Both these quarterbacks honestly been doing extremely well this entire football game. You know, taking care of the football, doing this and that, running extremely well. Drew Gardner, they know they're going to have to throw to keep this game exciting. Can't pin it all on the run.
Snyder. Boy, Bountiful has really adjusted and not allowed him
to do anything,
to do what he wants to do.
Yeah, those first couple of possessions seemed a little scary the way he was running.
He was electric first quarter. They have bottled him up since. Which you have to do. They got to take away Roy's most electric playmaker and make other guys beat you. Robert Young has stepped up tonight with several great plays. And, of course, Drew Gardner with that long touchdown run in the first half. But since then, it's Roy's offense has been slowed down as the Bountiful defense has made some key adjustments. Gardner, 3rd down and 7. He's in trouble. He's got to scramble. He falls down just past the 40, and the Royals are going to have to punt. And suddenly the defenses have taken over this game.
Got that new turf monster, that new turf monster.
Number 42-yard line.
Some of that new turf doesn't have any give right now, so he got stuck in that. A great job by this defense making a coverage sack on that, and he lost a yard.
Colby Froker is in that position to punt or throw. He's going to punt. Wow, what an adjustment by Froker.
Volatile.
Froker was in big trouble. The snap was low. It went to the ground. Froker had to juke the defender and then get it off. That could have been disaster for Roy.
Oh, yeah. If he
that is a huge play for Froker.
If he would have just, because he was in no way.
There we go.
He was nowhere near kicking the ball. His leg wasn't even back yet. If Volatile just broke down and swiped at the ball right there, that would have been a great play. He wouldn't have been able to do anything but
give credit.
Yes, to Froker.
To Colby Froker. Look at that play. If he just goes ahead and kicks it, it gets blocked.
But that's a great punt, too.
But he hesitates, resets. He has the poise to slow down and make the right play. And here's the benefit. Now Bountiful's pinned deep inside the 5. It's going to be a run play. They get just outside the 5-yard line. Manuel again. Boy, that's when we look back, that might be turned out to be a huge play on special teams.
Oh, it's major. It's major because, one, if it gets blocked, Falatau has the ability to pick it up and take it to the end zone.
Exactly.
Even if he doesn't, and say you get it back, Bountiful takes over at your own 40, but you juke Falatau Satuala on that, and you get off a 55-yard net punt.
Wow.
Great job.
2nd down and 9 for Bountiful. Geilman's going to hand it off. Brig Morrison. He's met by some Roy linebackers, but not before he gets 3 or 4 yards. He's out to about the, they're going to give him the 9-yard line.
That's not going to get it done. They got to put some more juice into this offense. They need to have a different dynamic in this offense.
Well, as we know, in the first quarter, 2 interceptions.
Yes.
So there's obviously some hesitance now on the side of Bountiful to go to the air. They got a junior quarterback that needed to calm down a bit, but eventually they're going to have him throw, and they do right here. Geilman's going to look to throw. The catch is made. Satuala. Falatau Satuala. We've been waiting all night long, and there it is, the explosive play by the senior. It's like you called for it, Sly. Here it is.
I mean, he has the potential. You just got to get him the ball somehow, right? That's a great design play. That play was designed for him the entire time. Bring him from the far side, run a sprint option to the short side, have him come across the field, having the linebacker or whoever who's guarding him man-to-man, having to cover him all the way across the field, which a lot of people can't do.
Corbin Scheffenauer with the touchdown-saving tackle. Now Bountiful goes back to the ground. Nice push forward. Fekitoa's back in now. A pickup of about 5 yards.
But that's what you need. You got to have balance. You can't just run. Their first possession of the second half, it was 3 straight runs. It was an easy 3 and out for Roy. But now you got to throw in some different versatility in his offense. You got to run, you got to pass. You got to keep that defense honest. Look how tight their safeties are playing.
2nd and a little more than 5.
Geilman's
going to take a shot deep. It's short. But
that's a PI. That's a penalty.
They did throw the flag. The flag is on the ground. Contact was made on Brooks, which caused him to fall down.
So, offensively, your offensive corner, you have to look at how tight that safety is playing. Yes, that safety is starting tight and then bailing out. But when he's bailing out, he's not getting enough depth.
Defensive pass interference, number 0. That's 15 yards, will result in a first down.
You can beat that safety with that because he's not going side to side at all. Wherever the quarterback's looking, the post safety isn't even moving. So you can run corner outs on both sides and still win. And then if you want to occupy the post safety, run a post from the inside slot receiver and a go route on the outside. You're going to have that open. They have the deep throw that's open all the time in this game. One, Emerson Geilman has to settle in the pocket and deliver a good football like he did right there. Reverse. Let's go.
Satuala on the carry, on the reverse. He's got daylight. Tries to get to the outside. He's tackled before he gets to the 10-yard line. But that's going to move the chains. It's a first down for Bountiful.
Great play call right there.
We've been calling for it all night. Finally, they get Satuala involved on this drive, and it's paying off big.
If they want to do something, they got to get this guy involved. They have to. I don't know how you don't knock Robert Young out right there. Very talented guy. If I was the old lineman right there, you got to take Robert Young all the way to the end zone. You got to knock him out right there because if he doesn't, that's a touchdown for Satuala.
Bountiful in business. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Satuala.
Geilman. Oh, that's Satuala.
He does everything for you. If you allow him to, he'll do everything for you. And don't forget, he can throw the ball too. Satuala can throw the ball. He played quarterback a couple years ago as well as a change-up for them.
Okay, so Satuala's going to stay in as quarterback. Satuala, the quarterback here in the red zone. Ball is on the 5-yard line.
Look how much bigger he is than everybody.
He's
right.
There's a reason why he's a 3-star prospect. Satuala is going to carry it. Doesn't get there. There's a flag on the play.
That doesn't look good.
At the left side, near the 4-yard line, there's a penalty marker down on the play.
We will wait for the call. This could be significant either way.
Holding! Offense, number 24! Previous spot! Repeat, second out.
So that's going to back up Bountiful and kill some of that momentum they had.
Back to the 15-yard line. Second down.
They'll have 2nd and 12 here.
Back to the 15. They can't get a first down at the 3-yard line. That is the end of the third quarter. That flew by fast.
Yes, it did. Striking distance, though.
So we're going to flip the field here. Get ready for what should be a thrilling fourth quarter. What a ball game this has been. Roy leads Bountiful 20-14 in this key Region 5 battle. But the Redhawks are in the red zone. We'll see how they finish this drive when we come back. But for now, let's go down to Michelle Botkin, who's in the end zone.
Yeah, geez, guys. I mean, look at him. Look at him go. Satuala has been a force for Bountiful on both sides of the ball in 2023. As a receiver, he leads Bountiful in touchdowns with 10 receiving yards and receptions. But defensively, Satuala is 2nd on the team in interceptions with 4 and is currently a 3-star safety recruit. In fact, Morgan Scally's here checking him out tonight.
Incredible, but his off the field, he's a high character, high motivated, great leader, and makes the right choices on and off the field, and guys get behind him because they love him and he loves them.
This is like my family. These are all my brothers. These coaches have gotten me to the level that I'm at because I've been around them. So just sticking with the people who've been there with me too.
He just loves playing football. He loves playing football with his teammates, and he brings that excitement and joy of life every day.
All right, guys, back to you.
Thank you, Michelle. A look at Falatau Satuala. As you mentioned, Utah very, very, very interested in this young man. Morgan Scally has been here down on the sideline to get a closer look. The pitch inside is a pass. Inside to the 10-yard line.
It's crazy. So I was talking to Morgan before the game, and he was giving me a lot of great intel. He's like, he didn't even realize it, but his wife's, Morgan Scally's wife's cousin is Falatau's aunt or mother. I forgot which one, but Scally's more related to her than he thought because he grew up with Falatau's dad, and he's like, he sees Falatau, he's like, why do you look so familiar? Finding out it's even more closer to the family as possible. But yeah, Utah's very high. Oh, gosh.
Geilman picked off again. This is trouble for Bountiful.
Geilman's pass is picked off at the goal line, number 3.
Cole West with the interception. Wow. Bountiful knocking on the door in the red zone with a chance to take the lead, and that happens.
It's just late. You can't throw that slant that late. He had him, but it was just late. But great job by him at getting back and getting in the way of that and making sure that wasn't a 100-yard touchdown. But if we watch that he was just late on that. The slant was there. He just saw it late. With the slant, you got to see that pre-snap. You have to see the slant pre-snap and throw that sooner than that. One, they did a great job with picking up or getting close down to that first down marker. And then, Guyman, we've seen this on a couple of his interceptions in that first quarter. He's just coming back to things too late. You can't come back to things too late, especially with a defense like this and the way that they fly around. So now it's the fourth quarter. Roy has the ball. So many turnovers, points off turnovers, making it happen. And you see they're knocking at the door here. Dead toss. Oh, pass.
Robert Young with the pass, and it works. How about that? Cole West with the catch. Take another look at this. Well, trickeration.
Well, that's why you have athlete next to Robert Young's name. Because this guy literally does everything. He's throwing the ball. He's running the ball from the backfield. He's blocking. He's playing safety on defense. Robert Young is a big part of this Roy football team in a lot of different ways, and you're seeing it tonight. Reverse.
Another pitch.
Pass.
They're looking to do it again. Just throws it away this time.
Oh. I thought he threw it downfield.
So Froker throws it away. A smart play.
But great job by the defense right there, not overrunning it, breaking it down, right, and staying in front of the guy so he didn't get out of you. Oh, but a penalty.
I think they want
an eligible guy downfield
or a grounding penalty. Was he out of the box? Let's wait.
It's high school. I don't think out of the box matters.
Let's see what the call is. This is an interesting call and a big call.
So with high school, if I remember correctly, you need to have somebody in the area. I don't think he's out of the box.
That might be the bigger problem.
You need to have somebody in the area, and I don't think anybody was in the area that was close enough to be considered for that. But again, he was not the original quarterback, so does that still matter for in the box? Picking it up? Yeah.
Yep, they're going to pick it up. So never mind the penalty. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line.
From the 25-yard line.
So they're saying 21 was close enough, I guess. Screen
Gardner
backside.
with the screen.
Gardner's pass is complete to number 11.
Call holding's going to come back.
That went to Kobe Rodriguez, but it doesn't look like it's going to count.
It's great play design right there. Get a lot of motion, strong. Have all the attention go to the field side there.
Blocking the back.
Blocking the back. Now hold it.
Spot foul. We'll go 10 yard. Repeat.
So now 2nd down and 15 here. Just keep moving them back. They look like they're getting further and further away from field goal range. Field goal kicker's done a great job tonight. Both of his attempts he's made. The further and further away you get, the less accurate you get.
2nd and 15 from the 30. Gardner's going to throw. Steps in the pocket.
Oh, great defense.
Excellent defense.
Great defense right there. I love that. Draped on him. Does a great job of being on the receiver with the catch. But when you're on it, you got to make sure you swipe down. Look at him swipe down right here. Getting the ball out of there, assuring that he doesn't catch it. Great defense right there.
That's Brock McSwain.
He's been playing great at that corner position.
The pass breakup that forces a 3rd and 15 from the 30. Roy may be thinking more about field goal range than touchdown here right now on this play. A field goal would give them a 2-score lead. Oh, that is almost intercepted.
Man, if he would have caught that, I'd love to see the big man rumble.
Misi Falila, 6 foot, 327-pound nose guard. Almost had a pick.
Oh, I would have loved to see the rumble, big man rumble. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
We might have had a Peisman moment here. Very close.
That would have been great. Now, right? This would be a 42-yard field goal here. 47-yard field goal.
Aiden Hart is the kicker.
Too many people on defense?
What do we have here?
too many defensive guys.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's making it easier.
He's going to move it up 5 yards to the 25. So we're going to have a 42-yard field goal attempt by Aiden Hart, and this is big. This would give them a 9-point lead with 9 minutes and 51 seconds left.
It's a 42-yard field goal here. Let's see what he can do.
The snap is good. The kick is
great.
up.
Great kick.
And it is good, and it is really good. That would have made it from 52.
That would have made it from almost 60. That had height.
What a kick.
Accurate. That was nice. Oh, penalty. What's this? Running into the kicker? What? If it's a 15-yard penalty, that might be close to a first down. Uh-oh.
It would be a first down if it's that.
They calling roughing the kicker?
I mean, they were aggressive. They did bring a lot of guys.
I wish they would have did that on that punt in the first half.
Holder! The holder! The holder! That's enough! Get off! Ah!
Call against the Redhawks.
Whoa. The holder's 15 yards?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's a first down. Yeah.
Take the 3 points off the board, and for Roy, that's fine by them. They get a first down, and they will be at the 12-yard line. A devastating penalty for Bountiful.
I gotta be honest, that's the first time I've heard the holder.
So Roy's offense back on the field, 1st and 10 from the 12. Roy is in the red zone. Handoff. Snyder up the middle. And I think Roy would be happy to burn some clock here in addition to whatever points they're going to get.
Exactly, right? Like, but here's going to be who's going to come up for Roy, who's going to come up for Bountiful here. You know, it's going to be a turnover. It's going to be a touchdown plus a lot of clock being run off. It's a lot of things at play right here.
Snyder up the middle. He stopped. We got a flag.
There's been a lot of flags in this fourth quarter. Just in the 3 minutes of this fourth quarter, there's been at least 6 flags. Oh. Yeah, Bountiful, just like that first quarter, they are hurting themselves here, half the distance to the goal.
First and goal from the 3-yard line.
Yeah. It's not good by Nisi.
Robert Young on the carry.
Touchdown.
Into the end zone for the touchdown. Robert Young's having himself a night, and now he's into the end zone.
Well, Bountiful's going to have to do some sparking here. They're going to have to score really, really quick. Going for 2 to make this a 2-score game.
Going for 2. Gardner. Going to the end zone. Leaping catch. Incomplete. No good. No conversion. So 26-14 is the score. But here's a look at that Robert Young touchdown. It's giving Roy a 12-point lead.
Follow your blockers. Look at him push his old lineman into the end zone. That's my lead blocker. Robert Young is a special player, man. Very talented, but more than that, he's extremely savvy. The way he plays, see him on defense, I see him on offense, how he's setting himself up to be successful on offense, how he's setting himself up to either throw or catch or run the football, or just that little push for his old lineman right there, his lead blocker. You know, he's a very savvy football player. He's very impressive. When you see guys with the athlete next to their name as far as their position, they're all over the place. Let's see what Bountiful has. Emerson Guyman, as I said, he's got an arm. As a junior quarterback, he's got to be able to make the right decisions there. Know when to stay in the pocket, know when to put touch on the football. Know when to get it to the guys. Like, there's certain times in that first half where you're like, look, I got to force this into Faletau Satsuwala, especially if they're not double-teaming him. If they're double-teaming him, definitely look away. But if he's got one-on-one, you got to get that guy the ball.
So Bountiful will start at their own 20. And they need some points. Down 12 here with 8:58 to play, and they're going to have to play with a little more tempo.
Yes. They got to score quick here, because with Roy getting the ball back, what they're able to do on offense, they're able to drain a lot of clock. They are built to be a 4-minute offense, which means drain as much clock as you can. So if you score quick here, you will have the opportunity to have the ball at the end of the game there. Great job with protection. Make the right throw. Come on now.
Geilman sacked.
Geilman is sacked. Number 22, Max Johnson.
Wow.
Max Johnson.
Straight up the middle.
Max with 2 X's because he brings a little extra on every play, huh? This is extra right here.
Great play right there.
Loss of 7. Second and 17.
Just went right through the offensive line to get to Geilman.
It's weird. He was in a 3-point stance, but he was off the line. He was like a hugged up linebacker in a 3-point stance. It was very weird.
It worked. He's got a sack.
It did.
Bountiful. Geilman's going to keep and run. He's bottled up before he gets to the 20.
Wrestle out of bounds by Logan Sella.
3rd and 11, getting a little closer.
Up to the 18-yard line. 3rd down and 12. 18.
Get a little breathing room here. As we do, you got to do another sprint option and find that guy coming across the middle. You're going to have a trailer, what you call a deep gas route is what they call it. You're going to have a drag route coming across. Now they're going 3-by-1 strong here. ISO on the backside.
Geilman going deep, taking a shot. Incomplete. Brooks, the intended receiver. And it was broken up by number 15, Jackson Schofield.
Is that a flag, roughing the passer? I think you're going to get a roughing the passer call.
Automatic first down.
It is. So Roy with some great pass protection, pass coverage, but it doesn't matter because of the personal foul penalty. That'll move it up 15 yards, and Bountiful will have a first down with 7:28 to play. Down 12.
First and 10, Redhawks. Number 33.
Geilman's going to keep. Looking downfield, takes a shot over the middle. Way too much on it. Couldn't get there.
Yeah, see, he's got an arm. He can throw that. He can lace that ball.
Sawyer Crane, the intended receiver.
Yeah, the receiver's angle on that wasn't great, but he's got to be able to throw this more on the money. He's just throwing it downfield and like, hey, go get it. You gotta find that accuracy with that deep ball. Because he had the receiver had a step on him, but the receiver's angle wasn't as deep as he was throwing that. He needed to throw that more to the sideline over here, give his receiver an opportunity. There it is.
Catch is made over the middle. Tidwell's got it. First down. Near midfield. He gets out to the 48-yard line. They might even mark him at the 49. That'll move the chains.
It's a great job right there. A great job by Guile, man. Watch him wait until this window comes open. Great patience, but this is what we wanted him to do early in the football game. Stay in the pocket. Your O-line has done a great job for the majority of the game, except for the sack on the first play of this drive. Your O-line has done a really, really good job of protecting you and giving you that quarterback pocket. Stay in there and deliver the football.
Clock's running. They're down under 7 minutes. Gileman
hit the check down.
Takes
Nice.
a shot on the outside.
Nice.
Going for Brig Morrison, but it didn't get there.
That was the guy you wanted to throw to. That was a good route, a little wheel route out of the backfield. You'll get your receiver, your running back one-on-one with that said linebacker or whoever's guarding him. He had the step.
That does stop the clock at 6:43 here in the fourth quarter.
Not scoring quick, but they are moving the football. Down by 12 here. They got to go.
Oh, Gileman's in trouble. Got to get rid of it. It's caught. Morrison is going to be down about 2 yards short of the marker. Clock still runs.
Gotta go.
Gotta past 6:30. They got to show a little more urgency on offense.
Yeah, they're no huddle offense. I don't think they got that worked out, which is weird. A couple years ago when we covered them, I felt like they had a better grasp on that.
Third down and 1 from the Royals 42-yard line.
Emerson is capable of running a no huddle type of offense, but they got to get set plays on the QB card that he can just call and go. Like right now, he should be working on his next play. Because this is 4th down territory.
It's 3rd and 1. They come in heavy. They're trying to get that first down. Gileman's going to hand it off.
Nice.
Fekitoa's got it more. Oh, he almost. If he breaks that tackle, he's gone.
But again, who tackled him?
Robert Young.
Great athlete, great defensive guy, just great technique all the way across the board. But get out of the way, umpire. Oh.
He breaks that tackle.
Oh, yeah,
he takes it to the house.
He's gone, and this is what happens in those short yardage plays. If you're able to get to that 3rd level, there's nobody back there because everybody's selling out on the run, and you get them stuck around the line of scrimmage. If you can break through that, great job by Fekitoa right there. Screen and go.
Gileman still in the pocket. Now he's going to go down.
Defensive holding.
There is a flag on the play. This could go in Bountiful's favor.
Yeah, it's defensive holding right there. Great job by the Roy defenders on the front side of protecting the screen and go. They read that extremely well and stuck with it. There's great football being played tonight all the way across the board. But boy, has this fourth quarter been full of the yellow flag.
Big call here.
He's in an area of defensive holding. Well, what are we going to call?
Holding, defense number 0. We will have a first down.
Well, Logan Sella's been very active tonight, making plays and being the victim of a few penalties.
So that wipes away the sack, and Bountiful is now at the 25-yard line. 5:21 left to play. Plenty of time, but Bountiful's got to get in the end zone here. Field goal does nothing for them. It's touchdown or bust on this drive. First down and 10 from the 25.
Yeah. Two players here, corner out by
Morrison the carry, up the middle, nothing. Maybe a yard.
Can't be running the football. You got to go. You got 5 minutes left. You got to go. You need 2 possessions. You got to go. You never rely on the onside kick.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the game plan right now. It's like, oh, we got an opportunity for an onside kick. The ratio of accomplishing an onside kick is so low.
They've got to give themselves enough time to get another possession here.
I mean, they've had the ball for over 4.5 minutes.
Geilman's going to throw this time. He's got protection. He's got time. Is anybody open? Now he's got to run out of the pocket and get outside and out of bounds, and now we got another flag. So Bountiful's going to draw another 15 yards.
Was that horse collar or face mask?
It's a horse collar tackle on the boundary there. Add 15 yards.
That one hurt a little bit.
Now, horse collar. Deep. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Quarterback substitution there real quick. Give Emerson a little breather. Run the Wildcat with Falatau here. But they got to go. The clock is still going. There is no urgency, and that is not okay. Because whether they show urgency now or even if they get the ball back on onside, they got to show urgency there. So where are you going to show urgency for?
Nice run. About to the 3-4 yard line, though. He stopped. He had a nice start there.
Yeah, it looked like it opened up from our angle. It looked like it opened up
quick.
But yeah, it closed quick. But he's got to protect that football. He's got that swinging.
He almost bounced that. Satuala with the carry. Right there, I thought he was going to bounce outside, and he got tripped up by the foot. Geilman's back into the quarterback position. 3:37 left. Pitch to the outside.
Great defense.
Fekito is wrapped up.
Great defense.
How about the Roy defense right now? They're getting it done.
He got off the block and swung him down, only for like a 2-yard gain that could have been a lot more.
Getting stops and burning clock right now. 3rd down and 8.
I mean, Bountiful's working in Roy's favor right now. You're running the football. There's 3 minutes left. As I said, you're going to have to show urgency now, or even if you do get the football back, you're going to have to show urgency there. But whatever they're doing right now, they ain't got it going. They got to go right now. Their defense ain't lined up. Go. Throw it.
Geilman going to the end zone up top. Satuala can't make the play. So now it's 4th down and 6. They got to get to the 3 for a first down.
4th down.
So the game really comes down to this with 2:55 to play.
Hey, that's in his hands. He's got to come down with that.
4th down and 6.
Falatau's the type of athlete that can come down with that. He's got to make it happen. Might have a little rust, getting back in shape after the injury. He looks a little slow. But he's got to come down with that type of play.
Got to have 6 yards here. 4th and 6. First down markers at the 3. And now we have a stop and play. Roy is going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here.
I like keeping it right here. We haven't had many timeouts.
No, the pace has been pretty furious.
Yeah.
Fast and furious.
Besides the yellow laundry this quarter, we've been keeping it going.
All right, game's on the line here, Sly. You're Bountiful. What do you draw up here?
I mean, I'd run double slant. You got to run double slant. You got the ball right in the middle of the field. I would go double slant to the left side here, hit Falatau or hit Jacob Brooks. They're both the flex receivers over there. I'd run both of them a double slant to the left side here of my offense and get into the end zone. You got to get into the end zone now. You can't wait. You need time, because if you don't get that onside kick, you do have 3 timeouts, but nothing is guaranteed with that, right? So I'd run double slant here to the left side of the field, have my O lineman cut those defensive linemen's hands down, right? So do cut blocks on that side to make sure the defensive linemen's hands are down. But you see these 2 receivers to the left here? I'd run double slant there. Doesn't look like that's what they're doing, but that's where I would run my double slant.
Big moment for Geilman and the Bountiful offense. Got to have at least 6 yards. Geilman looking in the end zone, takes a shot. Is the catch made?
No!
It is incomplete.
Oh, my gosh. He
they
trapped
call
it?
it incomplete.
He trapped it. Oh, man.
Tidwell, the intended receiver, and it hit the turf. Incomplete. Roy takes over on downs.
All credit to Emerson right there. Because
it was incomplete.
Look how he throws. He throws this with anticipation. This is what we're asking Nate Johnson to do.
Yep.
He threw that ball before the receiver was out of his break, and it was right on the money. The receiver's got to catch that.
That's a touchdown if he catches it.
If he catches that, that's a touchdown. That's exactly what they got to do there. Emerson, great throw. As I said, I would have did a double slant, but that's me. Either way, the play that was dialed up was a good play, good throw. Got to come down with it. Again, you need to be throwing to your star guys. If you put Falatau out there, or even Jacob Brooks, who's been a great receiver for you, you got to throw to those guys right there.
Okay, Joseph Carriaga III is back out at quarterback for Roy. They take over on downs, 1st and 10 from their own 9. You're going to try to kill clock, 2:47 left. Bountiful has 3 timeouts, but they're down 12. Clock's still running.
Timeout. No timeout. You're just going to...
They're not going to use the timeouts.
All right. You just called the game. Okay, I got it.
They're going to play it out. 2:24 and counting. It's 2nd and 8.
Seen crazier things happen. It's not over, but if you're gonna call it, then that's what you do. Because, as I said, the Roy offense is built in a 4-minute offense style.
Carriaga on the carry. Oh, he's breaking loose. Carriaga down the sideline.
He's running.
He's going to slow down and get tackled just past the 45-yard line.
That there is the game.
That's the ball game.
That's the ball game. That's the ball game.
45-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, look at this. He's running here. Whew.
So the Roy Royals will now burn the clock with a 12-point lead as fans start to exit Larry Wall Stadium. Down to the final 90 seconds. And Roy is in victory formation. What a job tonight by Chris Solomona, the head coach, and his staff to put together a game plan to go on the road here tonight against a very good Bountiful team that was coming off a huge win over previously undefeated Box Elder. They get it done tonight, and now the Roy Royals still have a chance to win a share of the Region 5 title.
After the game here tonight, the Redhawks, seniors, the 23 season.
As time winds down here, we just had a timeout called. But we'll check in on the scoreboard. Woods Cross right now. Woods Cross has defeated Box Elder 17-12.
Wow.
So Box Elder has been upset tonight again by Woods Cross. That is a final. Woods Cross scored 17 points in the second half to get the win. So now tonight with this win, the Roy Royals would be all alone in first place in Region 5. We started the weekend with 4 teams tied at 4-1. They're the only ones to escape this weekend without a loss.
How about that?
That shows you the balance in this region. Woods Cross is a good team. Viewmont's a good team. They both pull off upsets this week. And now the Royals, if they're able to get a win next week, they would be outright Region 5 champions. We have another timeout, so we'll look ahead for Roy. They will host Northridge. Based on this schedule, that game's on Thursday at Roy High School. A win against Northridge next week would give the Roy Royals an outright region championship. I also saw an interesting stat tonight. This is credit to Chris Healy, who handles stats here at Bountiful. Roy's last state championship was in 1981. They won that championship 17-13 at the University of Utah. Guess who their opponent was?
Bountiful.
Bountiful. How about that? So the Royals believe it. You know, they've made the move from 6A to 5A. And that's a move that they've seen as very beneficial for their program. They believe they're going to be more competitive in 5A, and they can compete for not just region titles, but state championships at the 5A level. And if you're good enough to win this region,
right,
you're certainly in the mix. Everyone's looking at Timpview. Timpview's the favorite. Is there a team out there that can take down Timpview? You've seen Timpview, you've seen Roy. Is Roy one of those teams?
Well, yeah, we seen in Orem last year in the playoffs give Timpview some trouble. They had a quarterback situation kind of similar to Roy as well, so that could cause a little confusion. But Timpview is a juggernaut. We understand that, but everybody's beatable. Everybody has an opportunity. That's why you have to play the game, right? Game's not won in the press, right? It's not won before the week starts. So you got to put on your pads. There's been multiple opportunities for Bountiful to get back into this game, to win this game. Drove all the way down through the interception down here on the goal line. Came back down here, had an opportunity to score with Falatal Satuala, and then again on that fourth down, the ball was in the receiver's hands. That's 14 points right there taken away. And that's your lead. That's your 2-point lead right there. So there's been opportunities for Bountiful to get back in this game, to take over and win. Just didn't roll their way.
3rd down and 4. Carriaga on the carry.
Nice.
He's taken down. He stays in bounds. That's more important for Roy. And Bountiful will take their final timeout. That'll stop the clock at 1:05. So Bountiful will get the ball back. But again, they're down 2 possessions here.
Well, I mean,
2 scores.
Here, they haven't played with any urgency, which means no huddle, no just up-tempo. We don't even know if they have the capability of doing that. Even though they'll get the ball back here, even if they can score, they've shown nothing that they can do that in this football game. And so there's no warm-up to it. There's no practice. We didn't see it at the end of the first half. We really didn't see it here in this fourth quarter, which is where you need it. They got the ball with 9 minutes and 20 seconds. And they did they took up the whole clock like they had the lead.
Yeah.
You're down by 12. You got to go score now. And we just didn't see that, man. And so very unfortunate for how this game went. But a lot of missed opportunities for the Bountiful Redhawks.
Yeah, that'll be the discussion for them moving forward, is just the mistakes they made in this game. The turnovers were costly. Some other mistakes were costly, some drop balls, etc. It's a very good Bountiful team, but they got a lot of things to clean up. Roy now is a team with a lot of momentum. And now they are, I said, 1 win away from a region title. They beat Northridge next week. They win out and get that win against Northridge. They are all alone. They win that region title outright, which is crazy because they started region with that loss to Box Elder, and it was like, well, that's a penalty, so this won't matter.
It's great acting by that kicker right there. Put a little extra sauce on it. But yeah, that's going to be running into the kicker. That's not roughing the kicker. It's running into the kicker. I hope they don't call it roughing.
So Bountiful will now get ready to play their rival, Woods Cross. Rivalry game to end the season.
The kicker! Here, 5 yards! Still 4!
So we'll punt again. But Woods Cross is coming off a win over Box Elder. That Bountiful Box Elder game next week is going to be dynamite. Woods Cross is really gaining momentum. Team coming into the season that we thought could contend in Region 5. Some region games didn't go their way, but boy, they made up for it tonight with a big win over Box Elder. So really fascinating how Region 5 has played out this year.
Bountiful is actually very familiar with Woodcross's field, too. It's at Woodcross. While Bountiful's field has been under construction, they've been playing at Woods Cross, and so be almost like a home game. It's kind of down the street from here. Familiar territory for them.
Some other interesting scores around the state. Sky Ridge is up by a touchdown against Pleasant Grove at home. The Pleasant Grove Vikings have had a great season. Lehigh leads Lone Peak 31-17. Corner Canyon 38, Bingham 3. So the Chargers' dominance continues. Geilman in trouble. He's going to be sacked. Bountiful can't stop the clock. And let's just hope everybody gets out of here without an injury.
Max Johnson.
Where is that game?
And Colby Heckner. Second down and 10.
Let's see here, drops back. Oh, throw the ball. Interception.
It's intercepted. There's a flag on the play. We'll see what whether the play stands. That would be a 4th interception on the night for Bountiful. Let's wait for the call. Yep. Roy takes over on the interception. Another turnover. Bountiful with 5 turnovers tonight. And as we always are reminded by Kyle Whittingham, you win the turnover battle, you win the game.
Oof. And they were definitely on the opposite side of turnover battle. But look, they 5-1 turnovers, and you're down by 12 with multiple opportunities to come back in this game. So you got a lot of fight on your team. Just the dice didn't roll your way. The victory formation in football here. And take a knee and call this game.
So Bountiful will try to clean up those turnovers and those mistakes and get a win over their rival Woods Cross next week. But Roy, with one knee, will watch this clock tick down to 0. And the Royals have come on the road and stunned Bountiful. The Royals are now all alone in first place in Region 5 with a 5-1 region record. The Roy Royals victorious tonight, 26-14 over Bountiful. Again, one win next week at home against Northridge, and the Roy Royals will be outright Region 5 champions. And that should give a tremendous boost to their RPI rating as they get ready for the postseason.
Interesting game, man. You know,
it was fun. It was very entertaining.
You look at it, you got, jumped out to a 17-0 start and come back. The Bountiful makes it a great comeback. I mean, there's talented football players all across this field tonight, and which made it exciting, which means you just don't know what the outcome is going to be. And so absolutely love, the fight in both of these teams and making this a great game to call tonight. Roy Royals, just ended the football game. It's how you end this football game, how you end this fourth quarter. Strategy, game of chess, as we talked about, and how you execute, how you utilize. It's a very important fact when you get into playoffs as well, right? It's a level of execution. So Roy just did a great job of finishing this football game, and which is rightfully so for them to be top of the region by the end of this.
Chris Healy providing us with some final game stats, some team stats. Roy finished with 393 total yards of offense and on just 45 plays.
Wow.
So they were explosive tonight. The 4 interceptions loomed large for Bountiful, also had a fumble. But you take away those turnovers, and it was a pretty even ball game as we expected it to be. But there's always something that makes a difference, right?
Yeah.
And tonight it was turnovers. It's really, there's nothing more to analyze, right? Turnovers. That was the ball game. It reminds me of BYU and Kansas a couple weeks ago. Okay, let's go down to Michelle Bodkin.
All right, guys, I have two of the stars of the game today here with me, Corbin Schopenhauer and Daquan Snyder. Guys, how does it feel to get the big win?
It's huge, man. It's a big win for us. Big win in the region. Kind of seals the region for us and really kind of put us at the top.
It's a good game. It's against a very, very good team. We did our thing. Region champs. Just got to take care of our business next week, and we're number one.
Now, Corbin, the defense was on fire today. 5 turnovers, and you had a really big pass breakup in the end zone to save a score. What was going on with the defense today?
That's just, we take pride in being an elite defense, one of the top defenses in the state, and when you have as many guys like we do all around, it's like we just do our job. Everybody does their job. We shut everybody down.
And then Daquan, the offense did what they needed to with the ball that the defense kept giving you guys. How inspiring is it to see your defense that fired up, and how much does that make you guys work harder to get those scores?
Great. Them boys are great. Hey, them boys are great. They do their thing, and they get us the ball. And as you see, we win the games because of them.
All right, guys, congratulations on the big win, and enjoy the rest of your season.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Those are some happy players going home with a big win on the road, and as they mentioned, they know it. You can see the joy in their faces.
Oh, yeah.
They did mention they got one more.
Yeah.
They got one more, but they know they have a chance to win an outright region title, and they would deserve it. This region is tough, and they came in here in a tough place to play against a really good Bountiful team and got the win. So that's the final, 26-14, Roy over Bountiful. Now we look ahead, Sly. We're already at week 10 now after we finish tonight. We've got a big one coming up next week. We got basically another region championship game. Davis will host Syracuse. Game Night Live, game of the week. Essentially a Region 1 championship next week. There it is right there. Our final regular season Game Night Live, a Thursday night game, 7 p.m. You can watch it on the KSL Plus app, KSL Sports app, KSLSports.com. Titans versus Darts. We can't wait for that. For Stevenson Sylvester, Michelle Bodkin, and our Game Night Live crew, so long from Bountiful. The Roy Royals are victorious, 26-14. We'll see you guys on Thursday.